Warning: this video may contain vulgar language and adult content. If you are easily offended or are susceptible to events pertaining to death, gore, family troubles, or other potential threats, then know that viewer discretion is advised. Please be safe when viewing and stop the video if you need to. Safety is far more important to us than entertainment, so please enjoy your time here with us as we explore this fantasy world.
So what are you gonna do about the rest of us then?
Like a sea hag, but a night hag.
Alright, I'm gonna do a link stab.
To not cause trouble. This is trouble.
I'm about to get bitch slapped by a halfling. Grabs him, pulls out Moon Shadow, and holds it to his neck.
Let's get a busy signal.
So you begin communicating.
The ground is eating a troll. I don't like this ground. Oh yeah, I just completely forgot it.
So what do I need to roll?
You can see Rex literally eating his dice.
Yeah!
Use that frying pan as a drying pan.
Rapier stab!
You use your action to cast fly.
Fuck!
I can't.
Convey a message of what the fuck are you saying? Be quiet. I'm gonna tackle that troll and maul it to death, hopefully. I'll observe.
Got disadvantage on it. That's a 2.
You stab the one you were talking to. You hear yes. Those that are looking back, all you hear is no. You look at Ryder, nothing. You look at everyone else, turn back. He has a shovel. Great God's War Call.
Rex Rivers here.
Felix.
Zacharias Fells.
Jacqueline Ashriva.
The charming Ryder Hopkins.
And I'm your DM. Welcome back to Misroll Adventures, where the players make plans and horribly execute them. Luckily, they didn't have anything that they had to do in the last episode.
We crashed into a dome.
Yeah, maybe. If anything, I could talk again, and Rex is not retarded.
Rude. But
That is rude.
That's their word.
Yeah.
moving on. You guys have made it to El Terrell. And what they had done is essentially make their way on the ship. Nothing necessarily happened apart from 3 days into the travel. Ryder and Rex came back to normal. Rex could think more cognitively, and Ryder could speak. Some would call that some would call that a benefit. Others would call that bad. So
All of us.
Someone could call it a benefit.
moving on. They made it to El Terrell and made their way over to Wolves Den after sleeping at Water Walkers.
And someone destroying the one good thing about that hotel.
Just need some more water in the city.
That's enclosed.
A lot of water.
I mean,
No,
there's currently a walking alchemy show.
They got plenty.
Sounds like they needed a decanter of endless water.
So you
Still
think,
takes a long time
if
to
you think
fill
about
up.
this, what if we do this? This often. If you need to make a getaway, you heat up your body, I get the canister of water to say
She can't actually do it on command. That was just a funny thing.
if I just do fountain, just a regular spray, and then we'd be like, Steve, and he'd be like, escape!
If there was enough heat, it would make a fog cloud, but not from Jacqueline. Because that's only when she sleeps.
Alright, if we get into tight
I mean,
situation,
technically
I will
she
shoot.
does actually engulf herself in flames if she does any of
Yeah.
her fire stuff.
But that would just douse it.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can do reaction if I use the water, you can use your fireball and.
Beside the point,
Yeah.
before we actually get into the game here, I want to say, if you're ever interested in any tabletop RPGs or reviews of them, check out RPGLeague at their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and their new website that is fully prepared and has launched as of this month. They do reviews on a lot of different things, not just Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder. They do it of Night Wolf or White Wolf and Star Wars, things like that. through my pencil in excitement. No, I'm twiddling fingers. But so check them out at their internet page now, their website at www.rpgleague.com. And we're gonna go into the game now. So you guys are making your way to Wolf's Den.
I mean, with it.
Man, this
Yeah, you
street
guys
is a
approached it.
really weird shape.
Shut up. We can clear that.
Imagine it's a circle.
If you guys want to clear it, I can just take the paper off, and then it'll just be a clear table.
I'm just doing that.
It's over there.
Okay.
It's just, I'm not going to draw a thing of the world.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah.
not go for.
We're talking about let's bring that over in the center.
But yeah, I mean, you could mark the map that you have of where El Terrell is.
I
And
could walk on the ground.
yeah, you can make marks of ideas of where you think places are.
Is this go for?
Yeah, that's over.
Yeah.
Bina's the kid. Yeah.
Kid.
Rex is right here, and you're missing Zakaris.
The other side of where. Nothing. I'm just talking to myself.
Making your way into the wolf's den, you can see the exterior of it hasn't changed. It has the slight dents into bits and pieces of it, though the rest of it on the inside looks to be nice and comforting. Going into it, you can definitely see the barman. He is there once again.
With his eyes closed.
With his eyes closed, his twiggly mustache still graying, and cleaning them
How
up.
does he do this?
He looks somber in his environment. You also can see Omthar, Vaughn, Leosin, and Dorna are all sitting at a table, kind of idly chit-chatting until you guys enter. The rest of the entire room is actually empty, apart from that,
No.
Oh.
which is different, because generally it's very packed. But at this point, it is also about noon.
Yeah.
When you're making your way there, the crystal in the sky was actually blue instead of red, and the immediate light of the place was bright.
I have this slight feeling that Felix is going to try to fly up to that crystal and be like, "What is this?"
In comparison to the other crystal that was in the boat, this is easily probably 20 or 30 times larger. It would be well taller than him. Well taller than him. And he also can't cast flight.
He'd find a way.
Right,
magic.
I do not recommend doing that.
Beside the point.
Specifically, you
Once you guys enter, the four of them turn to look at you. Good. I was worried you guys weren't going to make it in time. Well, glad you guys actually are here. Not that you're not going to make it in time, but there's a lot to discuss. As Omthar pitches in, you can tell with his kind of redder beard that goes down just above his sternum and his balding head, but completely plated out in plate armor, a shield that has the emblazoned symbol of the Order of the Gauntlet on it, and Vaughn standing next to him in similar armor, but it's about half plate.
Neat.
Right.
We're going into the room to speak. Before we do, though, I've been informed that you have two new individuals.
Hello.
Yes.
I must ask, how are you affiliated with the rest of them?
I have a vague understanding of what's going on, and Randall asked me to take his place.
He knows as much as we do when it comes to the situation on hand.
Randall told him mostly everything what's going on with our plan.
Yeah, did he meet Randall? Yeah,
Yeah, he did. You didn't have a fun talk with Randall at the beginning. And you all will vouch for him. And the little one, not little, but the one behind him.
They're packaged.
They are inseparable.
As you both are still walking in with huge, massive backpacks, because you didn't put them anywhere. You still have
You slept on them, actually.
I will say this: they're
Much
more
comfort.
trustworthy than the first lad we brought in, Randall. If anything, they're more trustworthy than him.
Alright.
Not a very high bar set.
It's better than what it was before, at least.
I'll second that.
At least he didn't run away on us the first time we went into a problem.
Right, that's different.
I can vouch for him.
Okay.
Both of them.
I'll assume the rest of you do the same. Otherwise, that would be very confusing between the party. But fine. Just so you know, Felix, things that get said inside of this room that we are going to enter stay inside the room. It is designed so that way exterior forces cannot listen.
He's very fascinated into magic work.
I see.
Basically, if he had the chance, he would spend about the next year of his life researching that little crystal, the giant crystal up there.
Well, I would not
How does
recommend
that
it.
work?
Well, have you been to El Terrell?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
I will say this right now. It is frowned upon to use arcane magic inside the city. Wild nature that causes it to spur into random effects is not good when there is generally a large populace in a given surrounding. We've had incidents in the past, so it's frowned upon. You're just taking account for anything that happens regarding it.
Yeah, that's every city.
Some
More
beside
than-
the point.
Here's
You won't
more.
be able to defend your action, basically. That's all I'm informing you of. Now, with that, I do not recommend flying to that crystal. A, its power tends to it keeps the walls in check
You
as well as
mentioned
supply
fly.
light. Someone said fly up to it.
Oh.
I said if he would try to find a way to go up to it.
Okay, well, you didn't fly. I would
I
not
know.
recommend trying to research it as at least up close. There's possibly tomes in the that Alexander has.
Which we can introduce you to later. Alexander, the one who built the prototype airship. So if anything you want to know about the crystal, most likely you can ask him too.
Actually, I think right now he might be very interested in knowing how that barman works. He piloted
does
the
he
entire
work?
airship.
He doesn't open his eyes.
Okay. We're getting off topic, everyone.
Yes.
Let's
Story
continue.
time.
We need to hurry.
Lots of that.
Well, I would like to hear everything that happened.
Right, let's
And a
go.
full detailed report would be greatly appreciated.
Shall we?
At that moment, the Onthar looks over and gives a brief nod to the barman who sits the cup down.
With his eyes closed.
With his eyes closed, pulls
Nod.
out a small candle that has a little bit of a reddish flame, a little bit different than the orange, and opens the door for everyone. Inside, you can see a candelabra with 3 different lit candles that are each different colors, and it's just a round table with a purple cloth covering the tops of it. And that's the only source of light inside the room. Onthar, Vaughn, Leosin, and Dorna all go in.
I
I
follow.
mean, we go in.
Yes. Okay. Entering the room, once again,
Same table.
same table, the same candelabra. Once the door closes behind
Nice
you,
chairs.
they're nice chairs. Once the door closes behind you, the barman sets down the candle, and in that moment, the candle will kind of like waver, and the room continues. The 3 lit candles that are on the candelabra are purple, green, and yellow, and lighted colors, and in that fashion from left to right. So, what is the state of water? We had received word that there were attacks.
A lot of unused homes,
He's also
mostly run down.
a resident of Waterdeep.
You were a resident.
He is.
Okay.
Well, was. Yeah, now he's here.
Okay. So how long has this been going on?
Not that long. Couple months at most,
That's pretty long.
Okay, let's see.
but never anywhere with actually real residency.
So there weren't any casualties, if any.
No.
Hmm.
It was all abandoned or low.
What was
Residency
the
areas.
state of the guard in this current position?
Not really. They were armed, but not well armed.
They are doing better now
We provided them some funds we had from our
in excursions.
yes,
Discoveries.
yes, and we were able to pitch them some cash, and they were able to get better gear over time. Better
Better dodge.
resourcements.
Dosh.
Doge. Go down.
Resource.
Yes.
I see.
So they should be doing better, but they're still not. Well, not anything close to El Terrell at least. But I say pretty safe for now. Especially with a major figure of, I guess you could say, the Sparks.
We actually don't necessarily know how major he was. He was probably being controlled in some way.
That was true too.
Sparks. This is that militia group. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
They've recently been sprouting up, so that's why we took caution.
We ran into a few of them.
Yes, we did. And a man by the name of Turnstone Faust, who made residence in the higher area of Waterdeep.
And a well-known person throughout
Very
Waterdeep.
well known.
I
Living
wonder how good quality his merchandise actually was.
good enough, I guess.
Good
He
enough
made it.
to
He
be-
made it all himself.
He was blending in.
After the house.
He was blending very well and made a good name, tricking everyone.
He was nothing more than a businessman.
Yes.
But there were unfortunate reports. Actually, no, we found evidence of abductions.
Gopher, if you want to show him the book, the translated one.
He shows the one that's got all fucked up language, as Jacqueline was the one with the translated one.
Oh.
He goes on, and this is what exactly?
That is Turnstone Faust's diary
Yeah.
that he kept over the years of his involvements with these such things.
He leans back and hands it over to Leosin, who graciously grabs it and just kind of like flips through it rapidly, considerably reading. He's going to analyze it for now, and we'll figure out if there's anything intricate that he sees that might be of use for what could explain Turnstone Faust's actions.
Mm-hmm.
What else had gone on?
I was. There were abductions
Yes.
Right.
by what we believe to be the. Did we tell him about the green hag
Yes.
from the tribe?
Yes.
From the green hag from the tribal camp.
Hag magic again.
Yes.
It's
There
again a part
were
of it.
small indentations of runes in certain alleyways by inns, and three people went missing. One whom Turnstone himself, under the guise of Khan, during our travels in the caravan, knew. She traveled with him. They were all transformed into monstrosities.
Ghoul-like creatures.
Yes.
We could say.
The things that you spoke of before.
Yes.
Different ones.
It's a lot stronger than the last.
There were
Two
the
ink-
Like Felix.
There was 2 innkeepers that were taken. 1 kid and 1 elderly gentleman.
I see, and you're saying there were different renditions of what you had found before.
There were the same tentacle ones, with the one arm that was thicker and with
Right.
the tentacle. Now there's ones with snouts that did they spit up?
Spew it.
Yeah.
They spew some
Sploosh.
noxious acid, and the kid was transformed into this little gremlin.
Rex had a fun
Lots
time.
of fangs. Lots of fangs.
During, according to what we fought with the gun one, they made that noise.
They're all being taken to the hospital right now.
Anyways,
It's also fangs.
We had no
And apparently,
choice.
according to the experience we saw there and we fought, it's the same thing. But according to the kid, what I saw in my parts, and I think they're making great progress because the kid is really difficult to fight.
Mm-hmm.
He was
He
really
moved-
fast.
you can see Onkar leans back and he speaks to Dorna. Check with the fashion to see if there's any missing. You said there were runic symbols hidden,
Yes,
Yeah.
in alleyways.
There-
And
and this was the same that was behind that table.
Yes.
Okay,
We believe it was a teleportation circle.
Real small.
real small.
Like
In places you would normally look.
this
Would it
big.
normally look?
No,
Would not normally.
Secluded
Out of the
areas.
way.
Yes.
Secluded alleyways, and it could be anywhere.
Inform Alexander and have him send a few of the younger trainees to detect in the more remote areas. That way
I
they
can
Also-
give you a remedial sketch. No
I
idea
hand
if
you
it
some
has to
paper.
look.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Well, while he draws that out,
Make a
Dexterity.
Are you proficient in Or just, make a performance if you are, or dexterity, either or.
Okay, while he does that,
This is trying to use it. Or you could do...
It's based off of memory, too.
Yeah, so let's actually do
Intelligence?
Yeah, just straight intelligence.
Just straight intelligence?
Straight intelligence.
So...
Or history.
Mr. Wizard.
Oh no, duh, it's fucking Arcana. Duh.
Yeah, it's magic, too.
Yeah, it's duh.
Okay,
it's
so
Arcana.
while he draws that out, I'll explain. Also,
13.
the place he was staying at, 13, okay. It was cast with an illusionary enchantment kind of spell to make it look all nice and fancy. But once we eliminated Turnus and Faust, the magic went away and it turned to an abandoned
It looked
house.
to have been abandoned for years.
Which obviously caused a commotion. Because all of a sudden a nice, big, fancy house turned into a shit
Crap.
shack. Yes.
Which is
Well,
why I
Turnus and
also
Frost
wonder about all
was-
his goods he ever
Was an
sold
expert
and
in
made.
was it illusionary magic?
It was enchanting.
Enchanting magic as well.
However, you did not see any kind of enchantment-based things from him. I'm just stating that.
Mm-hmm.
He said 13.
Yeah.
13. That's enough to definitely do a remedial sketch to get kind of understanding of it, because I'll say with the 13 you got 2, because you got the one that was powered less, like completely like non-magical, because they were different. You sketched both of them, and you hand it over to him. He looks at it. This is far beyond my range, and he hands it over to Dorna.
There's a basic concept. As both were different, that's probably got to be very different based on where it's put.
Okay. Make sure that Alexander also knows to see whether or not the magic can be rerouted, maybe traced to where it was located. And Dorna nods. I'll do what I can. I don't know anything about this, so like I said, I'll go and find this wizard guy, and hopefully he comes back to you, because I probably won't know what he says. And she, in that moment, she nods to the bartender, who picks up the candle, and you can see the flames kind of flicker again, and he opens the door. She walks out, closes the door, puts the candle down, the lights flicker again.
We also have some bad news, in a way.
What kind of bad news?
So we found out, it was actually before we came here, there was a cursed item bestowed onto Jackal.
Yes.
The ring, right?
Yes. And we found out it was also a listening device, you can say. So whatever we talked about here before has been compromised, and when we went to Caravan, obviously we were attacked multiple times, and one of the groups that were with us was...
You can see Vaughn standing there, and his grip gets tight, just like extremely taut. You can hear the metal kind of just grinding.
Mm-hmm.
And how long has this been a part of this?
Only until we got to Dragon Spear, until we took it off, and or was it
No.
at Waterdeep when
No.
we took it off?
What
he means is how long
How
has
long have
this
they
been a
listening?
thing?
Oh.
I actually forget.
Once we found out
found it.
about the properties of the ring, we started this talking through message. But the first meeting we had here all together, as long as she was around with that ring, they heard everything.
Well,
Potentially. If no one was listening in, actually,
That
no
too.
one heard anything, but they knew we were here.
And they knew what our
Yeah.
plan was.
That's the secondary effect of it.
So if anything, they know.
no idea if they could hear. In
If
this room.
anything, now they know we're back here, after taking care of Turnus and Flowers. They know we're back here.
They don't.
They think we're still in Waterdeep.
I
it's
threw
not
the ring
there.
in the water.
No, because you know when we said when we were leaving.
The
once
ring's
they would come
long
pick us
gone.
up.
By the way.
No, they would come pick us up when we were here already.
The plan for them to be picked up was with the ring still, because that
Yeah.
plan was made.
That
in
was a
El Toro.
plan?
That was
a plan.
It was
I
when
don't
the-
remember that at all.
That's why we waited there. That's why we just didn't leave.
You can see Vaughn is boiling at this point. He is bouncing slowly with one of his knees. If you'll excuse me, I have some business to manage. As you can see, his hand still just gripping and tighter and tighter. Without even glancing, the bartender lifts up the candle, lights, opens the door. Vaughn storms out basically, and the door closes. Lights flicker once again. This is bad.
Yes.
Would it help to mention I threw that ring into the bottom of the ocean?
Bottom of the ocean. How far out did you go?
We
To
gave
the
it a
docks, or to the ocean?
Far enough away from us.
Oh, that's fine as long as it's not with you.
Yes.
Hold on. Jacqueline's not going to say anything,
Mhm.
but she was wondering why Vaughn was like mad, and she goes, "You see, everyone sees her eyes widen," and she goes, kind of.
Yeah.
At that point, Leosin closes the book. Well, a lot of this is not useful, unfortunately. But it looks like, based off of this, he was at least an informant for the Sparks. He doesn't necessarily know what the cult is doing. He's confused, but this ritual is unnerving. Talking about it getting easier, these numbers do not seem to be of funds as they are going down. So perhaps it's population or
Success rates?
it's 28,000 success rates. Why would they be going down if they're making more progress?
Maybe their failure rates.
Could be. If that's
But
the case,
I feel like you're probably correct with the population number.
the issue being is that if it is either of those, it means they're targeting cities, which is why they might be targeting Waterdeep. But then why would they not target trading others? Doesn't make sense to me.
Most likely they were using them to experiment on them about this weird transformation.
Said that
Well, I
in
mean-
the course of 2 days they kidnapped 4 people. These numbers are too drastic of changes to be between 4 people over the course of days.
What is the context of the numbers?
There are 2. He turns to look at it. There are 2 that have higher values and then alternative values, which seem to be the totals. If you look at these 2 numbers, they become the total down here. So, be that as it may, this number perhaps is the value of the previous day,
Maybe.
and
Maybe it's their goal. With gathering money, treasure.
that would be possible.
And-
These gold funds. What is the ritual for?
If I had to guess, something involving Tiamat.
Maybe that's the time left to awaken.
Does anybody have proficiency in religion? Felix, do you have proficiency in religion?
No, I did not. I had to check because
Lane,
that
are
was
you?
an option.
You know, obviously I have proficiency in religion.
Do not believe you for a moment.
I will say I did. I did debate on whether or not to give Jacqueline proficiency in religion for like no reason.
I mean,
I didn't. But
Can we do a history?
does anyone have proficiency in history?
Felix does.
I do. Well,
You can, and it'll give you a little bit different information. Make a history check.
oh. Huh. I don't like that reaction.
That's a 14.
25.
Oh,
That's an
okay.
18. You would know. It's a little different information because of
It's
the fact that
history.
it's not necessarily the same value. Gods tend to have ways to commune with them. The greater deities tend to have less need of material cost or anything like that. It's generally just idle prayers or things along those lines. While the more evil doing deities tend to have alternative effects involving them. This sounds like, based off of your past readings, the ritual could be communing with Tiamat, as that required a gold's cost. And there were potential that the gold would vanish. You don't know how much, you don't know what the chances were that they would vanish, you don't know anything about the steps leading up to it. But that's as much as you can gather.
I relay that, and I mentioned it's like with some like resurrection spells, like you tend to have to give something to bring the person back.
Would it be possible if they had enough gold or treasures they could revive Tiamat to the human world?
Tiamat's not dead.
No,
she's banished.
like,
she's not.
Banished? Was she banished?
She's sealed.
She's sealed in the nine hells.
You think if you give her enough gold and stuff, she would get the power to break out the seal?
No, it doesn't make sense at all.
It is. I did Jacqueline read that it's just all about time at this point?
There are ways to expedite the process, but it didn't go into those kinds of details. But it is just a matter of time, as well as certain factors that would affect it. You don't know what those factors are.
Yeah, as far as I know, when I looked into the archives in Waterdeep, it is literally just a matter of time before she is released. There are ways to make it, to expedite it and make it the time go faster. I don't know what those are. It could be material possessions. It could just be people sacrificing themselves. Who knows? In a way, this could be all the gold that they have, that they've accumulated, that they need in order to get as many communes and possibly tributes in order to give her enough power to break free. Of some sort. I don't know.
Based off the rest of this reading, I'm going to go do research on the religious aspect of Tiamat. Before we were looking at more objective based, but if we delve into the religious perspective, perhaps seeing as a cultist, we may be able to ascertain other information. But from this, I can ascertain that the Sparks are allied with the cult, but the cult don't necessarily see them as allies. More like
a tool.
Something to regain something.
So Sparks are just like believers that want to follow, but aren't really a part of them.
Yes, because there's a passage in here that talks about not being given. Yes, they're involving meetings with the cults, allowing us to ally with them in the first place. They're confused. They are cunning, strong, and all over the place. It would be hard to find out what they want if we weren't helping out with magic storage. So whatever was happening, Karn or Turnus and Faust was only a means of storage. I'm going to leave and go figure out a few things. Potentially the information in the library might be useful. I'll leave the rest of this to you. You all, here's your diary back. I'm not going to need it. So it's not silent now. Oh, give that back. After paper came with it.
Thanks for breaking the seriousness, Tyler.
Oops.
Ruin the moment!
But,
You would have managed to do it.
I'm not gonna go to the whole thing, but yeah, they leave and
Alright.
candles flicker.
Yeah, Ontha. A second, actually. Before that, last time I came to talk about enlisting into the Order of the Gauntlets.
I don't think that's really the time.
I mean,
Now is really the time for that, is it? After what we've just
yes.
told them.
Yeah.
Well, the initiation's already prepared. We've had that ready for a number of days now once we sent the ship. However, right now Vaughn is the one that will be doing it, and I do not think he's mentally prepared for that.
We'll give him a day then,
He's
or a
going
few
to need-
days.
She's going to do
Yeah.
trust me.
We'll be here for a while, if anything.
Alright.
But if you don't mind, if you're going to the archive, I would like to come along. Because since I'm not a member yet, I won't be able to get in. If that's okay with you.
Make a persuasion check.
Oof. 9.
No, I can't right now. I have more important business. If you find Vaughn, he's calmed himself, situated with his circumstance, then maybe he would allow you. But right now, I need to go and inform the Watchers of the Walls and make sure that they understand the threat that is approaching. If there are indeed these members who are searching for riches, Ultarel has a very large surplus of that, as well as that if they're looking for prisoners or abductees or anything of that fashion, then we need to be prepared to deal with those creatures. You said there were the ones with snouts and small ones.
And large arms. Yes. Who
And-
knows how much they evolved them, though. for
Well,
now.
exactly. Who knows how many there will be next
You,
time? we find them.
they stick out, though. You would know one when you see one.
Thank you for doing a beautiful job. How did you find out about this ring? Because this
The-
compromises a lot.
There was a cleric at Waterdeep. I forget his name. Julius?
I mean, I took him. Do you
I think we
guys to
found
get
out-
the ring?
I think we found out earlier
Curse.
that because we know we were started talking through message through
Oh,
the caravan.
yes.
I know we asked the Druid people, right? By chance, when we were in the Fey Forest, Fey Woods.
I
Do you
mean,
genuinely not know, or are you trying to hide?
No, I'm trying to remember. No, I'm just trying to remember.
I have no clue.
When did we find out?
Zacchaeus told you guys.
Right. Okay. Oh.
How do you know?
Good to know.
The guy, one of
So
the two people
basically,
who
we
used to be
know
part
about
of the
this
cult.
during our journey towards Waterdeep,
Yes.
like halfway.
No, like right at the end.
Okay, right, yeah.
Well, Felix wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he wasn't there
I'm
the whole
giving
time.
him the time frame because it was we were told right at the sand pit.
Because this changes things. If they know about what we've been doing. What are you sending?
Oh, not you.
I know, what are you sending?
No, I'm
Nothing. I'm just grabbing my phone.
Olivia.
Oh, I thought you, because you pointed, and I thought you.
No,
said-
I'm saying he's done with his phone.
Oh, okay.
He
I
was
gotcha.
charging. My phone was charging.
I thought you were sending a message back and forth. I was like, if you guys are trying to have a secret conversation, you're in a fucking 5 feet from each other.
No.
Alright. Is there anything else? Anything else that happened that you know about?
That happened. Let's see what else happened about that. That's really it. Nothing really. Just the betrayal on the caravan. When we got to Waterdeep and got when we found out about Tunis Faust.
Alright. Well, spend a day, take your time. Right now we have no leads. We need to completely change our defense. Because if they brought access into the room, then they would have had access inside. Scandals only prevent outer excursions, not inner. So then everything before this point has essentially been compromised. All the plans, all the potential, and our weaknesses. So we need to be on guard.
Yes.
Alright. If you desire to go to the archive,
I'll
the
speak to-
library, go find Vaughn.
Yes.
He likes to associate himself with the Smiths down in the southern gate.
We'll be around.
Right. He scratches his head because he's bald.
Shit.
I'm gonna figure out a few things while I'm here. Can I read the diary? Just in case I need a refresher on anything. Alright. At that point, the candle gets lifted and the barman opens up the door.
If you need any help with the guards looking around for the sins, I can help, seeing as I found them.
Finding them is going to be useful, but if we can get the archive or the trainees of the of Alexander, then we'll be able to. They'll be able to detect any aura slowly by traveling throughout the city. If you would like to participate in that as well, then by all means. But the guards themselves aren't going to necessarily find anything. It's going to be more capable if we allow just the ones able to detect the magic. Bless you.
I mean, unfortunately, they necessarily didn't exude magic. If they were.
It's true, there's ones without magic and ones with.
'Cause one of them had it faintly, and the other was just completely devoid of it.
That was the one that was already used.
It's still useful information to know if they've been inside the city. Alright, if you wanted to inform some of the guards, then they'll take some patrols one way or another.
I assume I gotta create a little sketch of them.
Yeah, you already. So what's everyone doing?
Well, since we're in L2L, I wouldn't mind going gear shopping. Asparagus?
Yeah, I'll come with.
Anyone else?
Rex.
Since that you brought gear, I'm going to Emerald Enclave's place then.
You would, okay, well you're both going basically the same way because the Chichette Shed is across from it.
Yeah.
Jacqueline?
Because I can't go to the alcove.
Neither can you.
She'll go to the where the Harpers were.
Okay. Yeah, you would know the building.
Well, also kind of like looking for Vaughn, I guess, because she
okay.
wanted to
Make a perception check. Because you know that the Harper's building is more closer to the eastern gate.
Perception. That is 18.
18. You can tell that he's in the basically, if everyone's going towards this, like, 'cause where are you going, Felix? Where are you and Bina going?
Wherever do you want me to go to give the guards the information of the symbols?
The main location for them is in the southern entrance. There are small outcroppings in both the other gates to house more soldiers in case we need it. But the main location would be in the southern gate. The easiest by going directly across them, otherwise you would get lost in the city's alleyways.
Yeah, because then Felix would go get some paper and make some sketches and bring it to the south gate.
Okay, gotcha. Then you guys are all basically going in the same direction. You guys are going towards the centerpiece.
Okay.
Jacqueline, keeping a close eye out to try to find Vaughn. Once you get to the centerpiece, you can see he's going towards the southern gate, at least in that general direction.
Did you find him?
Hmm?
Yeah, this is
Yeah, you can see Jacqueline keeping eye out. Doesn't necessarily know why, but
Oh yeah.
Are you looking for someone?
Kind of. Can she tell what his demeanor kind of looks like?
rushed.
Big.
Rushed.
Rushed.
Okay.
Urgent. He's still a good few hundred feet away. It's just that he's been stopped by the large crowds, people asking help. He still seems to be doing his duties. It's just that he has the demeanor of a stressed individual.
Okay. She will not pursue.
Okay. So
She'll be like, it's probably best to leave him alone.
So
where are you going then? Just,
to Harper's.
Yeah, right.
There's
so you guys, you go that way, you go that way, and you go towards the Umbrella Enclave?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we go towards...
At the gate, the Emerald Enclaves that are standing there, they look at you. Who are you, and who is your weapon?
Talk!
My name is Rex Rivers, and my weapon's called Satan.
Comes to your hand.
What is the task?
The task is I need to search for someone who has I'm guessing in a longsword.
You don't know.
Sort of weapon that transforms the user.
Both the Emerald Enclave look at each other. Alright, commanders prepared peace for you, for your flight of steps, and he'll meet you up there.
I will.
Okay. So, those who are going, what are you doing? Okay, so you're still going to the Harpers, you're going south. Zakaris and Ryder. Takes you a little bit to go up the steps.
Yes.
You guys are staying in front of the nicer building in comparison to some of the other stores that you've seen, but in comparison to the large religious buildings around, it clearly looks out of place. The Chid Chad Ched Shed is there, and the very plain, rather boring demeanor outside, you know that this is more of a facade than anything else. Maybe not intentionally, but it is definitely not something that exudes amazing shop. But you have experienced some amazing things inside the store. So
it doesn't have the great outlook of divine.
yeah, it does not have
Not like that one
Enchanter's
store we went
Divine.
to.
But entering inside, you can tell there is the half-orcish man that stands there with very small Fu Manchu mustache, and one across from him who seems to be doing business with other older folk, and he has a very long Fu Manchu mustache. It's nearly down to his waist. And in that moment, the one that enters, well, it's been some time. It's been some time. Welcome back.
Glad to be back.
It's always nice to see friendly faces. What can I help you with, you two? I kept looking at Jake.
Yeah, I was like,
It's because it's probably I've been like
I
obsessing over the chit chat.
I keep defaulting to like looking over there too.
Well,
so.
I mean, to be fair, I did name those sheep the chit chat sheep. I love this place. It's awesome.
Zakaris and in Minecraft thing.
Yeah.
Zakaris and Ryder. What you can tell is the stock on the inside has clearly changed. They have set up shelving units as well as small displays. So what are you in the mood for today?
Go look around a little bit, see what you guys have on stock.
Well,
But
we've been recently in the pairs. My brother, he's been deciding on a few number of things. So we have a few uniques, we have a few common things, and necessities. If you're looking for potions of healing, we have a number of those as well. What are you in the mood for? Because right now, what we have for you,
I would like to see the uniques, if anything.
well, we have these very interesting.
You wrote a paper down there?
I've heard for three things. He pulls out from a display what looks to be a pair of gauntlets. They are metallic, thick-plated, and they have differently colored gemstone-like rocks that are
Infinity
emblazoned
gauntlet.
on the fingertips
Oh.
in several places, but each fingertip has a different specific color that it seems to be like a glistening effect on it. Then the palm itself seems to have very thick plate in comparison to the rest of it. We have the smited gauntlets. While wearing these, they allow you to prepare a number of effects before a desired hit. When you strike a creature with it, you can have a desired add-on to it in a way. It can do something unique to itself. And only can do so every few times per day, sometimes taking longer to charge up. But based on what you do, the slower the charges will go down.
Give me an example.
If you
Give me a
say,
demonstration.
if you say, place the gemstone into the palm like this, and he places it, and you can see the light begin to lighten, and it fills the palm with that same light and color. So when he holds his hand out, I'm not going to strike anyone, but if I were, it would deal an additional
2D damage.
No, it would deal additional damage to the target. This is the most common effect. Other ones can involve creating flames, confusing targets, perhaps his muscles spasming.
Is it anything we can think of, or
It's specifically 5 different effects based on the gemstones.
what are each five? What is each one?
One can deal additional damage.
Yes.
The other one hurts them and can knock them back a few feet. One causes them to ignite. The other one causes them to become afraid, and the other one completely devoids their senses of sight.
Dang.
I was gonna say this sounds like Minecraft enchantments in a way. Knockback, inflame,
Oh, wasn't trying to think of that. but
extra
yeah.
damage.
So that's funny.
Blind.
Can that happen in Minecraft?
No.
No, yeah, that's like the only unique thing. Okay.
Except for when you go down the bedrock.
This one roughly costs about 1,100 gold pieces.
Oh.
He sets it back into the display. That's why we have it very secure. The one over by my brother, I'm not going to run over there to grab.
Okay.
I'll explain it to you. It's a lot lesser, but this one, you can see it from the distance. It has like thin silvering over it, and it looks like fake gauntlets. Another thing to understand is that while wearing a gauntlet, you can't necessarily wear a ring because the gauntlets are going to cover your entire hands. Gloves would allow you to wear rings, but a gauntlet does not. These this pair of thin silver metallic gauntlets have small circular patterns in just the palm, and the rest of it looks completely normal other than just a silver gauntlet. That one's an interesting one. It helps with light. If you're ever interested, you can form a small ball of light in your hand and it'll stay there for an hour. You can do that as much as you'd like. You can juggle with it if you are looking for that, or you can place it. If you throw it into a position up to about, I'd say from my point to my brother over there, it'll hover.
How long will it stay there for?
An hour. Or if you try to make another one.
So you only have one out.
You can only have one. But it also has another use. The orb can become powerful, and you can hurl it towards your targets. And if it hits, you choose a specific kind of damage you want to hurt them with. You can make it hurt with acid, make it catch fire, thunder, lightning.
Oh, they're gloves of Chaos Bolt,
They're
basically.
gloves of chromatic orb.
And you can use them
You
as
can
many
choose.
So you can do as many times as you want.
Every time you use it, it would reduce a certain number of attempts.
Oh, that's right.
You could also exude more force into it to make that singular one powerful. But the moment that the gauntlet runs out of charges, you cannot use the light, and it will take time to recharge.
So it should charge it over time. Okay.
That one is roughly 900 gold pieces. Yes.
Would that be able to be used as spell focus for that spell?
Spell focus for the spell? Like,
Or would cost? I don't have a time, and I have that spell. I have Chromatic Orb.
oh, no, you can't cast it infinitely through it.
Well, I assumed with the spell slot. It's just there.
So
I mean,
What I
sure,
need,
you could use it for that for flavor,
Hey,
but
Tyler.
it's not necessarily going to change anything.
I would still need the 5 gold diamond.
Oh no, that would count as it. But the gauntlet would need. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, yeah, you could use the material component from that to basically create it. It creates the orb for you to use it.
So, just an off chance, you could do any kind of damage.
It can, well, not any. It has a limit. It can freeze your targets, hurt them with blistering cold, insane heat, powerful bolts of electricity, acid. It can even wound them with poison, or it can hit them with a thunderous force.
How about, since you could adjust the power in it, can you make it enough to hurt, but can you shoot it multiple times?
No. It's what it can do is create a singular orb, and that's what you hurl.
Oh yeah, one. So it has to be one at a time.
It has to be one at a time, but you can exude more charges
Yes.
into it to make it more powerful. But if it still does miss, then you do waste those attempts.
I was thinking like, Key Blast from Dragon Ball Z, but
No. Those would be magic missiles.
pretty much.
No.
Okay.
That one is 900 gold pieces. Like I said, we've been in pairs. They've been enjoying their pears lately. This is one that I was able to at least
Pears are
design.
delicious.
They are.
You're not there. You're not there. It's not there.
I know.
Showed off.
That was just some random guy that walked in.
You guys are selling pears?
We have a much more powerful.
It
It's
just shows you the
something that
limit.
I'm very proud of. As to explain our sources, I tend to do the more fine, do the more detailed jewelry work. My brother over there, the one with the longer Ched, enjoys creating large creations and enchanting them himself. Well, Chad, he likes to carve and actually meticulously form things. What he's doing right now is actually creating a figurine, like a statuette of a dog. But what I have made, after my brother's enchantment, mind you, he pulls out 2 rings. These are the rings of battle. These 2 rings, given to 2 different people, wearing on himself, won't do anything initially. There are diamond dust inscriptions that are covering it, as well as like specklings of. Basically, it looks like a sugar-coated ring, but dipped in diamond dust.
Jesus Christ.
2 wearers, both attuned to these devices, well within a very long distance from each other, you always know whether the other is in peril. While within a closer distance, relatively within sight, you can determine their exact location as well, without requiring sight. While within substantially closer distance, with around 30 feet, you can speak telepathically with each other. And while within 15 feet from each other, your bound rings will protect both of you better from outward sources. Basically, while within 1,000 feet, you'll always determine whether the other is in peril. Basically, if they're in combat or fallen unconscious or anything like that, you'll know. While within 120 feet, you know their exact location and their direction, travel of movement. 30 feet, you can speak telepathically at will. It doesn't cost anything and it's hidden. Within 15 feet, you add 1 to your AC and saving throws.
Jesus.
This is a lot more expensive. Cost of this one is 1,800 gold pieces.
Oh. Oof.
Like I said, this is a masterpiece that I've been working on for relatively the entire month. Other than that, those are the 3 more unique things that we have created. We obviously have commissioned work if you're desiring it, though it might take some time. We're currently working on another project. But when given enough resources, time, money, we'll be able to handle that. We also have potions of healing, the necessities. And we do have, kind of pulls out a ledger briefly and kind of flips through it. We do have this rather different one. It's like he pulls out a vial, but the vial itself looks almost foggy, less of like a liquid.
Ooh.
We have this potion of gaseous form. When consumed, you become a gas, and you can flow through objects that are very small. You can get fit through gaps. You can fly briefly for at least an hour, or if you choose to not be a cloud.
So will I be intangible to attacks as well?
You can still be injured. It in fact makes it more frightening, but your given form just looks gaseous, so you still look like an individual. You don't just turn into a singular cloud. That one runs about 225 gold pieces.
Oh, that's tough. Alright.
Scares, where are you?
He's there.
There.
Okay. I was like wondering where
He's
you...
debating.
Yeah, he's thinking too.
Texting him.
Yeah, we're just talking about this and we like what we want.
Why don't you say that in person?
Dang, I can't think
It's like, it's just,
Scares,
you're
get
fucking standing next to each other.
Scares, get the rings.
He does. He really wants those wings.
We will take a walk and we will be back to make a decision.
Well, they'll be here. I am not
Come back and this all bought out.
not intending
Somehow.
to. Yeah, everything's gone. Not intending to be getting rid of them anytime soon, unless you're selling. So.
No, I gave all the stuff to you, yeah, to sell. Oh yes, Calvin has the full adi armor, right? Adamantine armor?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's wearing
yeah.
adamantine armor.
Okay. Okay.
For now.
Believe it or not, does not require attunement and doesn't do really anything special.
Actually, it just make Chris normal.
It makes that and you get one more AC, I think.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay, let's walk. We'll be back.
Alright. I hope to see you again. I might be doing some more work on the dog, however.
It actually barks.
Hey, we go for a walk and we talk.
Okay, we're gonna go over to
I guess we'll just text asparagus while we talk about what we really want.
Yeah, that's fine. Because now you guys are just off in the distance. Okay, so going up red steps. You've done this before. The green doors that are there, kind of open them softly. Inside is that same long stretch of red that goes up to what looks to be several steps and a chair. The chair doesn't look more like a throne. It's generally just elegant. It's something desired for comfort more than actual show of wealth. The walls themselves have that plated design to them that looks as if it's been made of metal, but it's just like an effect given on the circumstance. The two alcoves to the sides that are intersected between two different columns, you can see are still dim, as those are more meant for strategic areas. And off to the right side, you can see the commander, as much as you can tell. He seems to be faced or kind of leaning forwards, looking at what looks to be a inscription that's labeled very long across the paper, and posed on the side of it you can't see, as it's kind of too close for you.
Commander?
We'll continue this in a brief moment. Rex Rivers, we have your prepared and fitted armor. Once you wear this, you'll be donning on the role of an Emerald Enclave member.
Before I put this on, what does restrict my freedom?
Your actions will reflect on the Emerald Enclave, and depending on that, punishments may ensue based on what you do. But it will not restrict you, as there's nothing that we can necessarily do. We're not going to stop you from staying inside the city, but we're not going to prevent you from leaving.
Alright.
If you would go stand in the center. It's very similar in
Is there a similar
acceptance.
process?
No, it will not involve a process. It's more of a ceremony. He goes, sits down in the chair, and he waits for you to stand in the middle.
I'm just imagining what this whole thing would be like if he was still,
I'll be nerve-wracked. I'll be sweating like hell right now.
Probably wouldn't even do it.
No, I'll just be in the middle of the stairs thinking right there, like.
But what are you gonna do? Are you going to the middle?
Yes.
Okay. After standing in the middle, there's a brief moment where nothing seems to happen. And then coming from the right side, you can see the same woman that had brought you Zatan before and had you hold on to it. You can see she has plated gloves on that are more like insulation. And eventually she goes across the other side. You can hear this cling of like an opening of door. Just.
Do I hear that? Like.
Yeah. You look over, you can see she's basically pulling out armor from an armoire, and she starts walking towards you. You can see it is a half plate armor. It has the etchings of it that are the green inscriptions that are on the Emerald Enclaves. Covers just the one shoulder and goes down into the full chest piece. Rex Rivers, by this moment forwards, you are a member of the Emerald Enclave. Your actions speak of your determination and your true prowess in this field. If you do something to soil the name that the Emerald Enclave has made, or soil your own truest and purest intentions, then this armor, as well as your goal, will be revoked. Rex Rivers, wielder of Zatan, tasked with finding Zulusk and putting an end to the traitorous individual that has become a trouble to our cause.
Can you pause?
Yeah.
You said Zulusk?
Zulusk.
Zulusk.
Yeah, you've heard that name before.
Lelusk.
Zulusk.
Yeah. Okay, after this, can you write it down for me, please?
Sure, it's a Z.
Okay, continue.
I finished it, so at that point, the armor goes onto you, and it's light. For being half plate, you were expecting to be heavier than the adamantine armor that you're wearing. Taking off the armor, and then putting this on and fastening it, it fits flawlessly and is much lighter. You can tell that the metal on this is designed for freedom of movement, but as well as light. Basically, you have mithril armor on. It does not impose disadvantage to stealth and is not accompanied with weight. Basically, your AC is 15 plus 2 for your dex.
Ooh.
So 17, I think, is your DC.
Same thing as with my other armor.
No, because your other armor should have only put it at 16.
Okay. We're
No,
ready.
the current armor before I had.
Oh, yeah. But that one imposed disadvantage on your stuff. This one does not.
Yeah.
For now, who gets the adamantium?
Anyone, can you wear it? I mean, if any of you...
I mean, my plan was to train medium armor.
Okay.
Later on.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't really care. Well, I do care stealth because of my background, but.
So, in that moment, after kind of wearing it and dying on, that energy just kind of fades from you. You can definitely feel a lot lighter than before. So, it feels nice too. It's like silk that touches you, and when it's on your shoulder, you're always like fearing that it might be just too heavy for that one arm, but it seems fine. The entirety of it allows freedom of your movement.
I just like move my shoulders and arms like.
In comparison to adamantine armor, it's as if 50 pounds has been lightened from you.
Is this actual armor? Does this feel more like I'm wearing clothes, regular clothes?
That's the desired. That is the desire for our troops. Being able to be defending the citizens, staying within more lightweight environments allows you for safer travel as well as defense. So it will protect you more than what you currently had, as well as keep you silent as you were.
Thank you. We appreciate this. But back to my search.
How has it been going trying to find Zulusk? In that moment, Zatan speaks out. We have not come in contact with Zulusk or its wielder, but given time, we perhaps will be on the right path. Zulusk is devious and is indeed a master in his craft, which only makes him more of a threat.
And if I remember correctly, what you told me, that the user has no control of its body.
We, as weapons of arms, have been designed to work alongside our wielder. Zulusk has betrayed that trust and has such taken control of the wielder. Those of weak mind potentially fall to this circumstance, though Zulusk is the only one to have taken it to this degree.
Before he betrayals, who was his last wielder?
His last wielder, as far as we can tell, has been murdered. Before Zulusk had fled, we had found the body of his previous wielder beforehand. This is all information that you would have known as well.
Okay, so it's basically a repeat.
Yes, it's a repeat. Finding Zulusk is necessary in preventing catastrophe. He can develop his own attributes as he wills at this point. If we do not find him before he desires something far beyond his reach, matters will get out of hand.
If we had more of a clue or a little hint, maybe this will help.
Search for someone that does not seem in place. Someone that seems out of the ordinary. Someone not fitting in with the current circumstance.
Someone who looks dead inside.
Actually, the moment you said that, it reminds me of another person,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
The
hoping.
red-haired man? Yep.
Oh.
And I told him, like, I might know a person who might help us in this situation, but my chances are to meeting that person. Okay, that's not actual throw.
Good roll though, unfortunately.
Yep.
And I roll sucked.
Oh yeah.
Just 3.
Intelligence based.
Yeah, just basically does. 5.
This is a 6.
Yeah, so 6.
Yeah.
No, you can't remember anything that's important, so abstain anyway there.
Mm-hmm. Because
So as you say this, he sits back. Alright. We'll search for them. If you find him, or them, I don't know who or what you're talking about.
I'm the same boat as him, but he's my best chance to find this
That's fair.
right now.
Well, continue with your task. It seems that at least you and Zatan have somewhat stayed true to each other.
I stay true as much as possible. If there's a mission I need to do, I'll follow it through.
He understands as well. Said mission may perhaps lead you both to finding the solution to this. In that moment, he stands up. The woman goes back over to the other table. We're planning new defense strategies. We had just received word from a member of the Order of the Gauntlet that perhaps information may have been leaked. So we're trying to create a new plan of defense. It's going to be strenuous, but we need to do this. The information has been leaked, and we can't leave any flaws.
I understand the progress right now. And we need to tighten up our defense. Do you know anybody about the religion of the cults?
No. We don't have any knowledge apart from our different tasks. Unlike you or the Court of the Gauntlet, we desire peace in general. We are not specifically designating our forces to thwarting the cultists. We are designating our forces to defend the citizens.
To protect the peace, make sure everything's
Yes.
for the peace.
So as such, we have not given aid in our resources. But I can tell you, we do not know anything about this god or those accompanying it. There is a library, that is your best option. But other than that, we will not be aiding you in this.
Alright.
Alright. Now, we're going to go over to Jack.
Are you
Yours is much further.
gonna make a card for me for my armor?
Mithril armor, I have one. It doesn't have any details for it.
Oh.
Because it's not necessary.
Mithril is a silvery metal that is lighter but stronger than steel, if that helps.
In this effect, it's green, so.
It was probably just colored.
Yeah.
But normally it is like
It's,
silver.
It's basically, yeah. It's very durable and magical and extremely light.
Yeah.
Because I can't change color.
I mean, you can try, but you don't have any way of changing it.
I was about to ask.
Why would you want to do that?
Oh.
To the emerald?
No, at that point,
But-
yeah.
Because I was like, green is probably the most resembling color for Emerald Cloud. I was like, might as well pull the green then.
Yeah. If you would have asked, he would explain to you that the green is actually the emblazoned for the Emerald Enclave, and it's the only significant show that you are indeed a member. That's why you were asked at the gate for proof of who you were, because they only saw the Wakizashi and no other signs of who you might have potentially been. The moment that you wear this, you have free access to roam as an Emerald Enclave member.
I just need to find a better world then to help me color up. Okay, so to you guys.
Yep. So Jacqueline, heading over to the building. The building itself still is in place. You can clearly tell that opening the door, plain inside, that looks pretty empty, vacant. It has a few pieces of furnishing, but doesn't seem to have been lived in. A layer of dust. Going around to the other side, kind of like skulking into the shadow. Make a stealth check.
Stealth check?
Mhm.
Okay. Not necessarily trying to.
I know. I'm just saying.
Whee! 5. Okay. 6.
6. Okay. Yeah. Stepping into the room, you press it open, and in that brief moment, you look over your shoulder, and you can see a child who's with his mom. Looks over at you, sees you open the wall. And in that moment, you just kind of step in, the door closes, and you don't know what happens from that. But
That was just for flavor?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Got it.
Not everything has to be threatening. But entering inside, you can see the number of Harpers are inside as normal. There seems to be a little bit of few that are working towards books. Leosin is in here as well. And you see Nassim as well. The other half-elven monk friend of Leosin that aided you in finding Leosin.
Yeah, she knows Nassim.
I know, I'm just saying, because nobody else fucking knows.
Was Leosin in the meeting room when we said about the ring?
Yes. Because Vaughn was in there. Leosin was the third to leave.
Oh, okay, so he knows
He
about
knows.
it? Okay. And that I was wearing it when I came here the last time?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see he's discussing with a number of people.
Um,
When you enter, Leosin turns to look at you. Nassim looks at you, shakes his head disapprovingly.
she bows apologetically, and if she says, if you want me to leave, I understand.
It is what it is. In this moment, we just have to change locations.
The ring's off.
Oh, well, yeah, she does also show her hands.
Yeah, no, Leosin would have explained.
She is still wearing a ring,
but it's not
the gold
ring.
one.
It's not the ring. No, yeah, Leosin would have noticed that the ring that was before cursed is gone, and would have explained it to them anyways. So, Nassim, being Nassim, still just shakes his
The
head.
brat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Leosin kind of puts his hands out. Relax. We've changed locales before. Just do it again. It's work, but it's not like we haven't done it before.
If you wish for me to aid you in any way, I can.
It's something that higher ups require to do.
Alright.
We need to find a suitable location that's not being occupied, and also one that is out of the way.
Okay.
It will just take time, but we think we have the time at this point, at least.
Alright. There is actually someone I am looking for.
What are you looking for?
Do I remember his name? The guy I
Did you
was...
write his name down?
No. Guy I was talking to before we left about books and stuff. I'll make an intelligence check real quick.
Yeah, enjoy your -1.
I will. Natural 20. Alright, don't remember shit.
I don't have the one chapter because I don't remember his name.
I literally got a 1.
So 0. You forget his face even.
I do. She does know, and she says this, that he is like a scholar of sorts. He really likes books.
He's upstairs in the meeting room. He's been
Oh, Alexander.
no.
That's not. Whoa! Whoa!
How'd you forget him?
No. I believe I have it in chapter 3. When you go up there, he is very studious. He's currently enveloped into his tomes.
Mm.
He's been reading numerous of things, and to be honest, has been slacking on his other details, but he's been learning a lot more, and that has been supplemented.
So you're kind of.
Yep, I know. Don't worry about it. Not an accidental though.
Mm.
So go up that, and he will be there.
Alright. She does.
Yep. So you go up the stairs, and you say, meeting lobby, and the door. Well, not the door, but your feeling just kind of rushes up as you take the steps,
Mm-hmm.
and you are standing in front of what looks to be a large expansive room that has a circular with several tables. There's a number of books, easily a few dozen of books and tomes are just sprawled across this table, and you see a singular man down looking at it. Looks to be like he has 5 o'clock shadow going.
I'll just walk up behind him. Thought I'd find you here.
Jacqueline, is that you?
Precisely. The one and only.
Well, this is surprising.
Just jack it off.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's what he's doing. He's just focus it. There's the 5 o'clock show. I've been doing it for so long.
Oh god.
Oh, wait. What? Morale. Oh, by the way, the captain's name, the commander's from the one that sent you there was Lair 2.
Where to?
Yeah.
I don't think it was ever signed.
I don't think it was either, but I'm pretty sure it was because I have it in quotes here of what someone had said. But that was so long ago that I doubt that anybody remembered, so that's why I'm just saying it again. So you would know that you were given the task and compiled together by the commander in the southern continent of Volsk. Lair 2. So Lertugh.
Okay.
This is his name. Regardless, doesn't matter. As he went in, I have been looking for lots of information about the old harbors, right? That's what you wanted me to find out?
Yes, and I think I remember asking you to try to find as much information on my homeland as well.
Right. Zakara didn't have a whole lot of information in the library, but I did find some things about the past harpers. The past harpers were members that of the guard that was defended Zakara some. They would bring resources from out of the continent, as well as they covered expansive tracts of land to try to protect around, make sure any of outer forces didn't reach it.
Just being the princess, she would probably know this information already.
Yes, though you didn't know all the details because you were still so young at that time.
Yeah, she probably wasn't told, but she.
You just knew that you would recognize that there were other individuals, and he turns a book around and shows it to you, and it's the symbol of the harpers, though a little different. It has intersecting lines that kind of go across the top of it, and when it comes down, they have small orbs that are at the end of them that have twine that curls up it. So basically, it's the harper symbol, but with an additional modification to the top of it that is resembling the old harper symbol. You gotta get the feeling that it was refurbished just for the ease of the new tech for it, basically. This was the old symbol of the harpers, and they used to have them emblazoned across their the shoulder pads, this portion of your armors or robes or whatever you wore.
Would she recognize that symbol as a symbol her teacher wore?
Yes. When you look at it, and he's talking about them being emblazoned on the shoulders, a flash of memory kind of comes to you, and it's just of your trainer who's there. He had them worn onto the portions of his armors, and this kind of calm demeanor begins to flow through you, like something. It's like remembering a moment of peace and enjoyment that you have once had. And as that vision kind of fades, you just couldn't help but let out a small smile and enjoy it from this memory.
I haven't seen that in a very, very long time. And is there any information on where they might be currently? Or is this it and they've just changed?
The main faction of it has changed. However, there were a number of individuals, based off of what you've told me, that's with Zakara. It seemed like they had a lot positioned in Zakara. A very large branch of it, in fact. Maybe only the remnants of it were what created the rest of us. It's as far as I've been able to find. They can't find names or locations of other places, but they seem to have been located in Zakara for the most part.
I appreciate the information. I know what I must do now.
Sorry if I couldn't do it with as much help, but I've also been kind of tasked with it to read a lot of these. They wanted me to find out as much as I could about the religion of Tiamat. Do you know why? Do you know what that's about?
Because without that, we will not be able to understand the next move.
Okay.
Because we've been looking in the completely wrong direction. According to Omthon and what we've talked about so far.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be here doing this for a number of hours, possibly days. It's a lot. And he goes back in the books.
Information is more helpful than you know. Under her breath as she just walks away.
Okay. So you go to the stairs, and are you trying to leave now?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's your idea to go next?
Let's go say hi to Chid Chad Shed. How about that?
Okay. Right, or Rex, where would you go after the armor? Same thing? Okay, so you would have gone there as well as faster. So,
I'll let you know after I deal with mine again.
Let's go over onto the other gates individual. This is exactly what happened the last time we were in fucking Elturel. God. Alright.
Oh wow, this literally is exactly
it's exactly
what happened.
Yeah. So going down towards the southern gate, you pass by. You can see, because at this point you would have had to kind of go in the opposite direction of where.
What is Gopher doing?
Gopher is drinking the shit. As when you guys were leaving, he was following you to go to the gate. He would have gone over to the guards with him. On the pathway, completely oblivious to everyone else, Strawn Striskel had passed him, and they both kind of collided and went back into the wolf's den.
I'd have been like, he would not have left the wolf den if he's drinking.
Yeah, he found Strawn Striskel, and they began to drink heavily. His old captain mate, or his captain.
Using the alcohol.
What
did he make
with
today?
his new knowledge of being able to actually make other types of alcohol.
What kind of alcohol did he make today?
This time, he decided to make some mead, some delicious mead to kind of celebrate with his friend. Anyways. Gopher, you had some plans, I know, but I told you this was going to happen. Here you go. He's going to be drinking. But...
I want to know how much mead he got.
Mead, I would have classified probably a little bit less than wine, so he probably would have gotten 2 gallons of mead.
That's still a lot.
It's a lot of mead, and it's honeysuckle, so it's nice,
Honeysuckle
flavored. Anyways, going to the southern gate. As you approach, what you can see is the same armaments that they've been preparing, except they seem to be rolling out certain devices. Seems over the course of the night they've been preparing a number of things. Making your way down towards this, though, you also could see Vaughn had entered into what looks to be a smithing building, like a blacksmith's. And basically, after going inside of it, you don't see anything more of him. Just pass silently by, back towards the gates.
Yeah.
Okay. When you're passing, you kind of like look in briefly. You can see him standing there talking to a woman. Continuing on down, though, you are seeing them placing what looks to be armaments. They're heavy. They're on carts that look like, and they're extremely decked out in metal. They have inner workings of cogs and thick plates of different kinds of machinery. And it looks quite confusing at initial glance, but being of the Tekker side yourself, you can tell that what this is a retracting ballista.
Nice.
And that's what you see. A number of guards are wheeling this out. As it's heavy, it has 2 bars off the sides of the cart. It completely takes up the wagon, and they're just... And they place it in a certain position where it kind of just flattens out.
Okay.
There does seem to be a lit building that's over in the corner of it. It's probably a little bit bigger than the normal buildings that are around. Seems like it would be 2 floors, and there's a stone masoned window, basically, that has light kind of emanating from it. And a door, obviously.
Do I see any other guards in there?
I mean, you see guards all over the place. There's guards that are tending to the stands. There's guards tending to these wagons with ballista in them. There are guards that are slightly patrolling, some that are keeping close watch. There are some enters and leavers, so they're double checking on all the documentation, everything like that.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. I'll probably ask one of the ones going in and out because they seem to be checking documents. Excuse me, is there someone I can talk to? I've been helping. Wait, these aren't Order of the Gauntlet, correct?
They're city guards. A number of them do have symbols, but not a lot. Not all of them do.
Because I'm trying. Is he their commander or anything?
Onthar? Onthar is the commander.
Okay.
Onthar is the commander, and then Vaughn is the second in command.
Okay. I've been helping your commander and second commander. I have some documents that need to be handed about. Who would I see about giving those to get that taken care of?
So, the one that you're approaching, who has been going in and out double checking documentation, she stands at a good solid 6'3". She has tusks on, as you can tell, she's half orcish. You're looking for the Inquisitor. He'll be able to pass out information amongst everyone at a reasonable pace. He also has knowledge of the certain guards, posts, as well as positions for patrols.
Is he?
He's inside on the second floor. Is generally his office.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, and she goes back to work. You go up the stair. You go inside. When you open it, you can see that there's a number of rooms. Some of them have doors open that look to be having lodging, remedial beds for stay, table, cooking spit in the corner. A number of things that a normal household would generally have, but this clearly looks to be more supplied for barracks. Going up the stairs, the immediate surrounding changes. It's a lot nicer in comparison to downstairs. So the walls are still stone, but there's nicer lighting. The ground actually has some rug that covers portions of the stairs that go across. And you can see sitting at a desk with a lot of tome books just stacked up in one piece, and opposing to it is a number of papers that are lesser stacked up on the other side. He's writing a few things, opening a book, sliding it in, closing it.
Excuse me, are you the Inquisitor?
You can see he kind of like sniffles, and so when he looks up, you can see he's rather old, but he seems to be dwarvish. Yeah?
Okay, I've been working with your commander and vice commander. I have some sketches for you to get handed out around the other guards.
What?
Magic symbols. Real tiny, and unfortunately, once used, they don't exclude magic. So, just in case you guys manage to spot it.
Alright. And this is to...
It's dealing with occult problems. I show them. They have managed. They have unfortunately managed to make very tiny, and I make like this big teleportation circles.
Alright.
They've managed to miniaturize them.
I see. Well, I can tell you right now, we haven't found anything.
No.
They've been patrolling for the better part of a week now, and they haven't spotted anything yet, but now that I have an idea, I'll pass it around to patrols, that way they can check at night, as well as during the day. If they see this suspicious symbol on anything, they'll let us know. It might potentially yield nothing for two reasons. One, there might not be anything.
Correct.
Two, it might be too hidden for our normal individuals to find them. Have you spoken to Alexander? And
It's all been passed around. I wanted to get some pictures to you guys because unfortunately, once used, doesn't exude magic necessarily.
Gotcha.
So, if they're just trying to search for magic, they might not sense it.
Right. Well, I'll get right on duplicating this.
I mean, I went and grabbed paper part.
Oh yeah, but he'll still want more, basically. You didn't make like 200 of them.
No.
There's a lot of people in this city. And it's a big city. Traveling from the center to one side easily takes maybe 30 minutes of just traveling. traveling from side to side is an hour. And that's just straight walkway, too. That's not going in between alleys and such. We'll pass these around to our immediate individuals, and we'll also ask potentially if the magic folk can double take, make sure that what we've looked through is actually clean. Because if some do have magic, they're hidden, blended in, we are not going to normally see them.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for this. Yeah. And you're working, I haven't seen you, you're working with Othar.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get your name?
Felix.
Felix.
Lysander.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to
Seem
meet
to
you.
be a rather friendly individual. My name is Gunak.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
But yeah, because I found these symbols in Waterdeep, and they seem to be using them to help abduct people.
He's flipping through several pages, pulls out like a book, and you can see when he pulls it out, the book is just layered with papers, and when he opens it, you can see that a lot of it involves Waterdeep. Right? Yeah, we received mail from someone that used to be there that Waterdeep was recently attacked. And you said you found them there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They do not seem to be involved with the major attacking, but because the major attacking was all low residential or abandoned buildings.
Okay. Well, if anything does come in, then I'll report it to Othar about Waterdeep. I'll keep this on a pinned note. He grabs another sheet of paper that looks to be differently colored. It's pitch black. And when he puts it on, it's clearly way over the boundaries of the normal book. And he sets that off to the side so he knows where it is, basically. If there's anything else you need, by all means, feel free to ask. Otherwise, best of luck.
All right. Do you know of any good shops to stock up on supplies?
Well, we, being part of the military side of Elturel, get supplied through a number of different smiths. If you're looking for that, then there's one just outside. If you're looking for magical items for adventuring needs, there's a shop that we call a shed.
I saw the smith. I kind of just want to let that one be because I think you guys need its business more right now.
We do derive a lot of our, even those ballistae outside were made by the smith there. He's very talented.
So where's the shed?
The shed, if you go back towards the central location where the fountains are and all the religious buildings, they have, you'll find a single building that doesn't exactly fit with the rest of them. And it's got a very plain sign labeled as the shed. You'll find it. It won't be hard.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wish you luck.
His first experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Randall loved them.
with those out of the way, Ryder and Zacchaeus, what are you two doing?
Alright, we're going back to the shop, right?
Yep.
Alright, we made our decisions.
Okay, so, of this, Rex, you would have gotten there first. Then, it would have been those two. Then, it would have been you two. Because your two things are exactly, they're like nearly the same distance away.
Okay.
About how roughly long after that?
Like I said, it's a half hour from one point to the other, but they would have been doing other things. They were walking around, he was going through initiation, waiting a few minutes for that, and each of you would have been doing a few things on your own parts. So, Rex, entering into the shop, same exact description. Not being too far off from their total time.
Tell them exactly what they tell them if they ask what's new.
They do give the same description.
No, you have to say
okay, fine.
No, I'm kidding.
When you enter, the orcs that are there, the half-orcs, you can see the one that the small Fumanchu is there. He actually seems to be talking to an older individual, and the one with the longest one is down to his waist. He stands there.
Elvin's been here, though.
No, I know. I know Rex has. I'm just saying. You can see him standing there. I remember you. You were talking about a sword, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we couldn't make it for you at the time, so you were planning to leave the next day, right? Or something close to that?
Well, you hit the ballpark right there.
Okay. Well, welcome back. Glad to see a new friendly face. Your friends were here recently. They saw them talking to my brother there, Chid.
Really? I thought they would still be here now.
They looked at our items and decided that they wanted to kind of mull over a few things.
Do you have like what kind of stuff?
So he goes over the same things that they did. The gauntlets of smite. They have the 5 gemstones, different kinds of smited effects, and the globe, the orbed gauntlets. I'm gonna name these probably later. I just wrote them down as quick notes. It has the orb. He actually wears them briefly and kind of like shines a light and bounces it between 2 hands. Throws it over to his brother, who tries to grab it and just kind of sticks to his hand. It's stuck there now. So he's now just got a light orb on his hand.
Yeah, he's like blinded.
Demonstrations.
Yeah, he stuffs it in a pocket and the light goes away. But the light orb is still there. You can see it kind of emanating from the pocket.
It's the holy hand.
Those are very interesting things, but all my price range. I thought one of my friends are here, that's why I will just wait for him.
Alright.
But for the meantime, I have this armor I'm willing to sell, and honor you guys will buy off of me.
Well, do you mind if I take a look at it? He kind of just like picks it up with his meaty hands. Oh, this is a nice bit of metal. Nice bit of metal. How much are you looking to get from this?
Can I make intelligence checks? Like, okay.
You can get an appraisal check. Yeah, it'd be intelligence based. It'd be Arcana based, but I'm pretty sure you're not commissioned in Arcana.
I really forgot.
I'd be impressed if he was.
No.
Yeah.
I'll be impressed too. Like,
Yeah,
why did I take Arcana?
You knew for a fact you weren't in Arcana.
19.
You would know that the worth of adamantine in
Full
general is not full plate.
It is.
It's breastplate. It's breastplate.
Full set of full set
of adamantine armor. It's breastplate because if it was a full set, none of you could wear it because it would be heavy armor.
We only took the breastplate because it burst out of your bags when it reformed.
Right.
And also the rest of it became rusted anyways. Only the chest piece remained of the adamantine armor itself. Because they took off the cod piece from the statue earlier as well. That one was rusted over metal as well. So basically everything inside the mansion, apart from a few magic items, like the deck of many things, the adamantine armor, the bark skin suit, and the statuette, those all stayed fine, but the rest of the mansion is basically withered. So, you gather that the adamantine metal itself, the value of the metal, is quite substantial. The necessary use of it isn't necessarily the most useful in its current state. However, it's relatively around 400 gold pieces worth at full value. If you're looking for straight sale, I can buy it from you for approximately 300 gold pieces. I still need to make my profit, and to be fair, some people may be looking for it, or will use it to smelt down into something else.
I'll accept that 300.
Alright.
Since it's been worn, it's been used a bit, it makes total sense. So I'll take that 300.
Good. Glad we can make this deal. It's only hour 42.
I guess I'll just...
Which one? The globes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Oh my god, that's a brilliant name. You see a revelation from the orc as he's handing you 300 gold chrome gauntlets. That's what those are.
So excuse me?
My brain is... It's just a revelation when you were handing me the adamantine armor, the thinking of metal, the chrome magic, the chromatic orb magic in those gauntlets. It's perfect.
Plus
for
the
chrome
color.
gauntlets.
Plus their color is like silver.
Sorry. I'm excited.
No, you're totally fine.
Brilliant,
I guess
Jake.
I'll say you're welcome that I somehow helped you
He hands you the 300 gold, and he takes that antique suit and kind of just places it on an empty armor stand that's nearby.
I guess I'll just stick around, look around until.
Yeah.
I'm betting my friends will be back anytime soon, so I'll wait for them.
It's the Harrison Rider.
Somebody!
Okay.
Yes.
You guys enter, and you can see Rex has just recently sold what looks to be a
My
armor you don't use.
You can see the an older gentleman, is the same older gentleman that you saw before, is actually speaking to the younger brother, and he seems to be showcasing a few number of things. He has a book played out for him. They seem to be doing a few things. Not the dog, but they're seem to be going over some plans or details for a number of things. And their talk is kind of hushed, so you're not paying close attention to it.
So,
You see Rex is there.
My armor!
hey guys. So I'm guessing you already check out the place, ready?
Yeah, we just have to walk and talk about where we wanted. And we decided.
What are you guys getting?
You'll see.
Let me ask you as well. Did any of that involve talk about your current goal or anything?
A goal?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, just making sure, because you guys are just walking in a normal city, so if there was something that would have been...
No, we're just talking about how useful it would be in battle, and if we got it for other people in our party, it would be useful for them.
Okay, just making sure that, because I just need to know that, so that way,
No.
in case, I need to roll probably a perception check for people that might be hearing in, listening, hearing disturbing things about Tiamat or something like that.
No, we didn't talk
Okay.
similar things.
I just need to know that. Okay.
If anything, the most dangerous thing we talk about is like, if we're in danger, we would know at least. That's it.
Okay. So, you guys are now in the same shop.
Yes.
So what are you guys getting?
First, we would like to ask about a commission, if we could get an item made.
Yeah, 1 sec. Let me just strap this suit of armor here. He just kind of like places it, kind of flaps it around the back, tightens the back portions of it, and you see it kind of just dangles briefly on top of it. Because it wasn't necessarily accustomed to the weight of the adamantine, but it seems to be doing fine. What are you looking to do?
How much would it be if we want to commission a belt of strength?
Would Sikaris have known what a belt of strength is if he told you?
I have a potion of strength, so I'm assuming there would be
Some sort of wear of strength.
Some
It's
sort
okay.
of wearable...
Let me rephrase.
Yes.
Is there a wearable item that we could do to enhance strength? A magical item.
Well, there's a number of things. We have a potion that could potentially raise your strength for a number of hours.
Well, not for a certain time, for permanently like magic wear.
Well, what kind of wear would you like to be?
Would be useful for some.
I wish I had something like that.
I guess a
Why?
belt.
Well, increasing your strength doesn't do you anything.
I
Yeah.
don't care.
I guess a belt would be the best.
Belt's the most common, I suppose. Fair. How much would it cost?
Yes.
It's a commission one.
And get it made.
Gold.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Lots of platinum.
1,000.
Not adding.
Well, to make something of this caliber, something to just strengthen your own current prowess, would be less costly than something that would increase it to a comparable effect of another creature.
Yes.
Is that the effect you're looking for, or are you looking for it to be comparable to another creature?
Would that be more or less expensive? Maybe we compare.
Far more expensive. Belts, let me put it this way. I am large. I have a lot of mass. I'm quite strong. The belts, at the lowest cost or potential for being comparable to a creature, would give you the strength of a hill giant. Easily nearly twice my strength. That is far more expensive, easily costing nearly 4,000 to 5,000 gold pieces. One to just increase your current state or increase your current strength would be a lot less cheap, though taking time, labor, and current other jobs would take easily roughly about a week time to make, as well as that it would take 2,100 gold pieces to grab the materials and to create the enchantment as well and the labor.
I look at asparagus.
I can already feel my wallet hurting, so
Yeah,
we're
me
gonna
too.
have to-
These are powerful enchantments.
Maybe some other day. But we all here to make a purchase then.
Alright.
If anything.
What would you like to buy?
Your best item.
Which is
The ring.
the ring. Well, that's personally I don't like it because I had nothing to do with it other than the
Oh.
enchanting. But my brother is very proud of this ring.
Oh, it was the other guy, wasn't it? Yeah. Dang it.
My brother is very proud of it, and
That
to
immediately.
give him props, this ring is very different. And he himself has even enchanted it slightly with the normal effects, but I thought by making it dipped in diamond dust, it allows for more potent spellcasting. So, if you would like it, absolutely, it'll be 1,800 gold pieces.
Alright. What the fuck's the pen?
Oh, that's good.
You motherfucker. Alright. I'll give him 100 platinum
100 platinum, okay, that's 1,000.
and then 800 gold.
800 gold, alright.
I can pay
Oh.
with 30 platinum if you want to keep 300 of that
Right,
gold.
right. So, okay, I'll pay 500, he pays 300.
I mean, why not keep some of the platinum?
I mean, platinum is generally used for big purchases.
Yeah.
You're not going to use a platinum for, like, in stuff.
Yeah, like, I'm going to go to an inn. I want a room. Okay, here's a platinum.
You bought the house. Like, that's basically what you've done. You
And
bought
then-
every
And then
room.
they'll be like,
Yeah.
food for free for everyone!
They're paying us. Everyone gets a nice fucking meal in.
For a week, even, maybe.
No, but depending on people.
What gold?
Alright. Alright,
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, in the bag of holding.
Alright. so now I take a ring and I give it to asparagus.
Okay, you're gonna have to attune to each one.
Yep. I put it on and just, I don't know, just get ready for it.
Alright, yeah, you start attuning to it. It'll take an hour of just a short quest.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, also, I would like to get something checked, at least.
And what's that?
I show him the bag of gems that we got from.
Oh. Interesting. Oh, okay. That's nice. How many gems were in it?
I don't know. You didn't.
Did it specify? I'm like, so we did.
No, you just said bag of gems. Like, okay, nice.
think
I think
there
you
was
did. I just
4.
forgot. I just wrote bag of
I'm
gems.
pretty sure I did because I specified the color of some of them.
I don't remember the color, but I remember there being 4.
I'll open up my file for it because I can't off the top of my head remember either.
I know one was red, and I think one was green.
Let's see here. Okay, okay, yeah. So, what they are worth is there are 6 gemstones inside. 2 of them are orange topazes, and after kind of like a brief glance, his eyes flash with color. All the gems inside of here will generally cost. I did try to do that. Will generally cost roughly around 550 gold pieces. Some of them are not cut in professional ways, so their value has diminished. Others are immaculate. There is a diamond that clearly looks to be about worth 100 gold pieces. The topaz inside themselves are only worth 50, and the other stones in here would accommodate to another 400. So, be that as it may, you wish to sell all of them.
I looked at asparagus.
Well, the most useful one would probably be the diamond.
Yeah,
Probably use that for spells eventually.
that's a good point. So should we keep that and sell the rest?
Unless you want to wear
Oh, God.
You know what? We'll hang out to those for now.
Alright.
How about I take out the obsidian rapier? How about for this?
takes it. This is
A rock.
A rock
rock.
Not just any rock.
A rock shaped like a weapon.
Obsidian.
I
Maybe.
see.
Yes.
So, a rock.
Yes.
We're not gonna do anything with this.
Oh.
I like
What
how
do
you
you
went
think
so
was
much-
going to happen?
It's a rare item.
I mean,
it's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fair question, but no, he does not seem to
Dried
care.
lava. That's all it is.
Hang on.
I also like how he went through so much effort to get that
Uh,
stolen.
refresher
He's just
me
trying to sell it.
About enhancing weapons again. If a weapon's already enhanced, you can't enhance it anymore,
You
right?
can, but it's dangerous.
Mhm.
Thing with enchanting is, especially in our current circumstance, with magics being augmented of sorts,
Right.
it becomes difficult. Magic enchanting involves us enforcing our magic in a different way and pushing it onto an object of significant worth. The more worth, the more impotent spellcasting can be. However, what that means is we have to very delicately push magic into it. If there's an already exterior force of magic pushing that, it makes it even more difficult. And with the surrounding, pushing magic onto magic may cause greater reactions. So, unfortunately, we will not be doing it here. But if another establishment is willing to, that's your option. But we will not be able to enhance magic.
Do you know anywhere here that would be willing to do
Oh,
that?
in El Terrell, not especially, because of the rulings that you are accountable for what happens based
Yes.
off your magic. There were incidents where some people even got affected through walls, fallen to corpses.
I like my thunder rapier.
Did you ever give me my sword back?
Yeah. Oh. No, I never did. I mean, yeah, it's probably give it.
It's like, did you give me my water skin back? You fucking got it back. Who cares? It's the water skin. It's like, I got it.
Alright. One more thing. How about these potions? The red and green one I had. I forgot what they were already.
I was thinking of the ones
Potion of
growth.
Potion of growth.
Yes, and
Potion of poison resistance.
yes. Were you willing to buy these off, baby?
I mean, how much are you thinking of getting? Because neither of these are necessarily substantial, but I can give you. Looks at them. Potion of growth is something. Potion of poison resistance.
Understandable.
All in all, I can give you about 125 gold pieces for both.
Okay. I was just wondering. I'll check on that. Okay. Well, Spirits, I think we're good then.
By this point, you two enter into the room.
Oh no! Somebody!
This is what I want to do. I wanted to burst in through the door saying, "I'm back," really loud in orc.
You speak orc?
We figured out after we left El Terrell that I was doing my languages wrong, so she took orc.
Okay.
Yeah, you knew about it.
Okay, so anyway.
You knew orc in El Terrell.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I didn't.
not in Elturel. But in Dragonspear. Not in Dragonspear, before Dragonspear, like close to before Dragonspear.
Yeah.
You were deciding on whether or not to do it with the trolls.
Yeah.
Anyways. So you two enter.
Karn is right first.
Yes.
That's right.
So you two have entered the room.
Yeah, so.
See the same environment.
I mean,
see,
do they say anything after he bursts down saying freaking.
There's a sudden silence from behind in like the other door. You can kind of see the cloth move. I don't know why I went Sylvester. Not Sylvester, Terminator there.
Yeah, you went
Get to the chopper!
It's
like greeting.
I don't know why I'm trying to do that. It's like a higher pitched version of Forge. I only immediately go into that. He greets you in Orcish as well.
I wave.
The other two go back to doing their own business.
Oh, hey there, Jacko. Hi there, Felix. What's up?
I see you guys came here too.
Bina is delicately behind you. You both are still wearing your backpacks. So clink, 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 clink.
I'm here to sell.
Felix, didn't you say you want to go find a cart?
Yeah.
Do you make carts here?
No.
Okay. I had to ask. They do a lot
You
of
can
stuff
buy
here.
this enchanted +1
It
card.
flies.
But it also...
It has just
Breathe
has
on the water.
it's only the gem that
Breathe.
makes.
Anyways, what are you all doing in this room?
I'm looking at what they got.
Okay, same experience. You can see they have the gauntlet that has the orb in the center, like the cylindrical device in the center. The other one that has the thick plated metal on the other one with the 5 gemstones. A number of potions of healing, tools, things like that.
I'm just gonna ask one of them. Doesn't matter. Not the one in the back, because he's probably doing.
The other one's still talking to the older man. The older man is kind of like inched forwards to try to stay away from your group some. But other than that,
yeah, she's just gonna ask if he has any like ideas as to what they can do, or if there's anything that they have or can commission or whatever. If he has can throw any ideas up for 450 gold pieces.
but what are you looking to get? Because depending on what you're looking to get, it would depend. If you're looking for just a generic item, it's going to involve probably the better part of a day and 200 gold pieces. Because we are currently working on a current project, but once that step is done, we can work on commissions. Because this is more personal.
I look at the commission.
You can't see.
Oh.
It's in the back.
I'm actually debating on whether or not I want to give Jacqueline another melee weapon or not.
Is there?
And how much use that would have? Because she's not a dual wielder or anything.
Can I somehow make this sling come back to me? Infinite sling?
A sling is like a rubber band. It's
The
to
rock.
find rocks.
Yeah.
You can't really enchant a
Right.
rock.
Yeah.
It doesn't have enough of a self value.
Commission a sling that is made out of a tougher material that uses something sharp and not a rock that
Can
always
I
comes
make
back
a
to you.
slingshot.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean,
That's fucking awesome. Something to make it stronger so you can throw things
And
that
then
aren't
it's
just
sharper.
rocks.
That's
you
sharper.
that goes through things.
Felix.
Oh, whoa. That is awesome.
I feel like
that's great.
all the orcs stop. The
I think
one
all of
guy
us leaning back
and
to laugh
Felix
right there is going to be the thumbnail.
all say. I feel like
That's
I feel like the
That's
old man
fun.
and all the orcs and Felix
That's
say
hilarious.
that all
How
at
about-
once.
Is
Actually,
there?
slingshot's not a bad idea.
It would apply the same attributes of a sling.
Would you be? Do you know how to make explosive material?
That's not something that we delve in.
You want to make an incendiary freaking slingshot?
Explode on
we
impact,
don't,
that'd be cool.
we don't delve with explosives. We don't necessarily get an enchantment that would allow explosions like that.
I probably have to go to an armory for that. I mean,
I don't know.
even that.
Something too that explodes itself,
Yes.
or
Do you know about bombs?
not necessarily sure we have the materials to make such a thing. I mean, there's things that do explode, but we haven't been able to necessarily create a way to ignite such a device, if possible, as well as create it to be a canister of it with the same property. I can give you something that pops, like something that hits them with a boom, but not necessarily
I think
that.
that's something.
Yeah.
Can't Gopher's alchemy jug make gunpowder?
No.
Oh, no.
Gunpowder's not a liquid.
No, it can make
I mean,
Utility liquids.
liquids. Okay.
Like acid, like poison.
alchemy fire.
It's got it in the name, sure, I'd allow it.
Napalm.
I
It's
mean,
basically
that's what alchemy fire
Yeah.
is.
Not a
Oil.
lot of it, but
Oil.
it can make oil. It can easily make oil. It can make actually
Gasoline.
a good amount of oil.
Yeah, I could make.
Oh, okay. Okay, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Third or
If
fourth.
you're
No,
looking
this-
for a slingshot, we
this-
can make that.
I mean, anyone could just a rubber band and
You could just
Well,
get
you need
a
a few other
bow.
things.
Yeah.
You need to have the ability to make it into a
Am I
pattern.
proficient enough? It's like,
Are you?
it's a
How
simple-
hard was it for you to make that map? And that's a flat thing.
I like how you point out the map, not the fishing rod you made with me.
Both there was 2 people working on that. That wasn't one person's job. That was 2 failures.
I did say that he worked on it with me.
You worked on it with Randall.
I think Randall actually rolled them to
Hold on.
I don't know.
do it.
Beside the point.
I do still have the nail, right?
Yeah, you still have the 5-foot nail. Still got acid or road marks on it.
You want him to enhance your nail?
More like, okay, I'll pull it up. Is there any way you could potentially make
This
foam this into a usable weapon?
In its current state, it's missing a few bits and pieces of itself. Still has acid or road marks on it.
I mean, okay.
I mean, you have
It
nail,
will
I
probably
mean-
have to be made smaller.
We could fashion it into something. What are you thinking of? Like a club? Like
Well, nothing that uses her strength.
Wait, did you sell the dragon whip, right? Or no?
no,
Get
Dragon
me.
Whip's still over there.
Okay.
He still has it.
I don't even have the card for it.
I don't have a card for it yet.
I'm surprised. Thanks for reminding me of that.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
It's in my thing and I didn't get rid of it. I'm like, oh yeah, I gave that to Rex. Like a
Because,
short
yeah,
sword
you'd
or
be-
something.
Yeah. You could fashion into a short sword or a scimitar, I guess. It's not that it's gonna basically be a same thing. You could
Same
make
thing as what?
a scimitar or a
Anyway.
short sword or a dagger.
I mean,
I
yeah.
mean, you
So basically, we're
essentially
seeing it as that
handed that
rock
chunk
that he
Of
gave
metal,
metal
to
to
the material.
Well, see, here's her philosophy on it. Okay, that 5-foot nail has been kind of helpful. She wants to make it into something that she can show off. That isn't a fucking nail.
I mean, it would get rid of its other purposes, but yeah, we could make it into like a weapon.
I mean, I guess it would get rid of it.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do the same thing with like a 5-foot nail that you would with a scimitar.
You can get it and repair it, and maybe give it a magic enhancement of like make it tougher to break.
I could do that myself too if you wanted. You can do that for free. Your friends have bought plenty from us already.
Oh, just make it tougher.
Oh, I could make it more reinforced. There's other things that we could do to enhance the rod itself, not necessarily make it into a weapon. Because in it as 5 feet, it's already kind of like a quarterstaff, if not a pole arm.
Yeah, if you could just like repair it, polish it.
Well, I could do that. He takes it from you, and his hand just starts to glow. What you said
How
you were
much-
looking for something.
How much does the gloves cost?
These ones, the
chromatic
chrome,
one?
the
Yeah.
chrome gauntlets. Pulls them off, puts one hand on. You would need 2 to have the full effect, but here's a small orb of light. He forms it in his hand. It's just kind of flickering ever so slightly. These are going to cost roughly around 900 with them both. They are they're powerful. They can throw orbs of energy that can collide with targets, inflict them with pain.
Look at Ryder and ask him how much you guys have.
After a minute, he hands you back the 5-foot nail, and it's fully repaired. The metal on it is nicely sheened, and it looks
So you just
pristine.
mend it?
Yeah, just kind of bending on it.
Yeah.
Yes. I couldn't even done that.
Yeah, I know. There was a moment where they were like, where people were asking Jack left their plan. It's like, build character.
Enough. Rex. Enough. How much do you have for selling my own?
Is that your armor? Or?
No.
Oh.
I gave it to him, so it's technically
I
his.
don't know if we established what this was. She will pull out the thing that I classified as shitty dagger that I just found.
The shitty dagger? You got that from Zakaris.
I got that from Zakaris.
You got that from Zakaris. It's one that has blood that is slightly at the end of it and along the blade that has crusted over
Oh, okay.
and coagulated.
It's just a...
The reason you call it shitty is because it looks rusted.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of memorabilia and like symbolism on it. It doesn't necessarily do anything in itself, but it looks ornate. It looks like it was ornate at least.
Okay.
Don't you have the Mace of Fear?
No, I sold that.
Oh.
Mace of Terror? Yeah.
We sold that
With
right
my
away.
-1 strength. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Wasn't it given to the divine?
Yep, it was sold to Enchanting Divine.
Divine.
So, what's the plan?
I don't know, what are you
Are
doing?
you
You know?
purchasing anything else?
I have no money. I don't have enough money.
I mean, you can share funds amongst each other if you need to.
I also don't. How much did I get out of?
He didn't distribute any of the money. from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They just put it into the bag of holding. And in the middle of proceedings with being arrested, they searched all the bags, tipped it over, because in total it was 5,000 gold pieces, or there was 7,500 gold pieces or whatever. 5,000 of it was Waterdeep currency, which they donated to the city. I also involved Felix being like, "We should probably give the money back to the city." After Ryder had already done it, because I figured Felix would have been somebody that would want the money to go back to the city in its current state. So.
I guess she might just ask if they could clean up and whatever. Make that thing look as it would.
This is a lot older,
Mhm.
and
If you can.
I
If you
can't.
can, that's fine.
The usefulness of this is dwindled. Trying to repair it the same way I did with your nail is going to cause damage to it at this point.
She just puts it away.
Okay.
And she just like kind of looks around. They told everyone knows what all of this stuff does, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
not the dagger. Nobody else knows about that.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it until now.
I'm talking about like the
Oh,
two
yeah, all the
gauntlets
items. Yeah,
and stuff.
everyone knows about the items.
We all know about it.
Okay. How useful would those be for?
Who?
To give
Once.
just for player knowledge, the gauntlets of smite, they have 7 charges. They can recharge 1d6 plus 1 at dawn. You can expend 1 charge to deal smite, which deals an additional 1d6 damage of the weapon type upon hit. Thunderous smite, you spend 2 charges to basically cast thunderous smite.
So they work with other weapons.
Yeah, they work with
They work with
anything.
any weapon.
As
You
long as
don't
you
have to like punch
No,
someone.
no.
Okay.
All the
I actually
smites-
want that.
All the smites are bonus actions to use.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
How much is that?
1,100 gold pieces.
You
thought they were
get away from my smite. I am the paladin here.
The save DC for the item based on certain effects is 14 because it can do Thunder Smite, Searing Smite, Staggering Smite for 5 charges, and Blinding Smite for 4 charges. I think Staggering Smite actually stuns.
I thought that was
Yeah.
I have 469 gold pieces. Can someone give me more?
The
I want those.
the Orb Gauntlets they have the same charges,
The Chrome
same recharge.
Gauntlets?
The Crow Gauntlets.
Well, he wanted the chrome one.
Yeah, basically you can cast light at will with it.
Yeah.
It can last for 1 hour, and you can throw the orb up to a distance of 30 feet, and it will stay when it attaches. Or if you cast light again. When it has 0 charges, you can't use light until it recharges at least 1.
Oh yeah. I want the fucking like the smite though.
When you you can expand a charge to basically throw a chromatic orb as if you're casting the spell chromatic orb at level 1.
Ah.
And you can spend multiple
Oh,
charges
great.
to increase the damage by an extra d8 per charge. So if you said use all 7, it would be 98 damage.
That's if you hit too.
That's if you hit.
Which is
The attack to hit is +6.
So almost a guarantee you
Which is
have
literally-
decent enough at least.
I mean,
expending all the charges is casting it at 7th level.
yes.
Wait, and that's a very helpful item for me. Because otherwise, I need a diamond worth 50 gold.
I'm already talking about diamonds. I put my bag back. My bag is in the back of my bag.
What's the plan?
I mean, Jackson wants fucking dollars for smite.
I asked, how short are you?
Yeah, how many are you tuned
One,
to?
2, 3, 4, 5.
How many are you
Six?
tuned to?
No, tuned 2.
You're tuned to a ring. Ring
What
of
ring?
protection.
The ring. I am not. He is.
Somebody bought a ring of protection. Somebody
You
bought
did.
a robe as well.
I bought the cloak. Does that need a
Cloak
attunement?
the cloak needs attunement as well.
You did not tell me that.
I'm
You said
maybe I'm wrong, but I'm double checking.
you said the cloak of protection, even though it does the same thing for some reason, it doesn't need that.
Let me double check.
That's the reason I bought it.
What was it? Do you have a card for
I didn't
it?
make a card for you yet. I needed to make the thing.
No.
Yeah, the cloak of protection requires attunement. The thing is that
Oh.
it's when you Because the ring of protection does the same exact thing. The thing is that the cloak of protection is something that you just wear on your back. It's not something that's going to take up your ring
ring slot, right.
Mm-hmm.
It's something
It
that's
takes
basically
up your
free.
cloak slot.
Because you wouldn't be able to wear the ring of protection with gauntlets on.
See, me and Lynn would have bought that already, but we're already full. We're full on everything. Lynn has to give up a boot to put that ring on.
I have 2 slots open.
Gopher has...
Yeah.
He has 2 slots open.
That's why we were planning on
you
getting
have the
if-
boots of springing, right? The boots of springing is attunement?
Yeah, that's what Gopher has.
Yeah, so Gopher has
This is
Yeah,
why we were
that's
this is why we were deciding to get something to Gopher, but then we don't know what his weapon does.
I mean, realistically, no matter what it does, those gauntlets would be very helpful for him. Still,
Well, here's
because it
my
just does
question.
extra damage.
Would it, using
So-
the gauntlets count as casting?
Me,
That's
so
why we
me and
wanted to
Gopher
do
has
the
one
strength instead.
open spot then.
Yeah, they would.
I
He
mean,
can't. He wouldn't be able to use them when he's raging.
Yeah.
too much for him.
Where's the cloak of
I
protection?
mean, he relies on
Ring
it
of
on
protection
strength.
adds
I mean,
plus 1 to your
yeah,
AC and saving
but-
throws. Ring of protection.
The plus 1 in strength will help him with his attack, right?
It's the same
With
exact
Gopher.
Huh?
With Gopher, we're giving him that like plus 1 attack, a strength. Would that help him a lot?
Well, wearing something would increase his strength by 2, so it would automatically go up by 1.
Okay, so
It would
yes.
increase his damage, his attack to hit. Yeah.
It would help Gopher a lot.
It could, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want the gloves so bad, but I'll
Yeah.
help Jacqueline.
I have 3 things that I am attuned to already.
Do you want the cloak? You can just give me the cloak.
You already have a cloak on.
Yeah, just a normal cloak.
Yeah, a normal
Yeah.
cloak.
Oh, you just
It doesn't have a cloak of protection.
I mean, I guess it would probably help you out a little bit more, wouldn't it?
It raises AC to 18.
Yeah, it would raise it raises your AC and all your saving throws. So yeah, it would help him.
The
more.
armor I have on, you said
My
15
gauntlets
plus
are
2
what?
plus my dex,
900?
right?
900.
No,
and
it's
the
only
rest is
15
11.
plus 2 because it's medium armor, so you can only add 2 from your dex. So it's
How
15
much
plus
gold do
2
you have
because
left?
your dex is plus
That's
5.
enough.
So it's
Yes,
60.
I have 400.
Basically,
I have 400. I'm fine.
it's
Sure.
the best armor that you can basically wear because even light armor only goes to 12, which would be 12 plus 5, so it would be the same exact thing.
I mean, yeah.
This would put you at 18.
I'm fine. But I can help you pay for this and just.
Okay, if we want to do that.
But we're gonna be 100 short though. If you,
How much do you have and how much do you have?
I have 469.
I have 633.
Oh. I thought you only had 300 for some reason. Oh.
633.
I was at
469 is
300.
You have
enough.
enough for both, because maybe we can strike a deal. How much do you have?
I have 400.
469.
Okay, so that's, we'll say 869.
I have.
Nice.
I'm willing to give up 600 because I still need gold for myself.
Fair. So that is
1400.
1469. Nice.
Actually, 450.
450.
Okay.
Okay, so 1450.
What kind of deal would you give us?
Well, depends on how much. Because for 1400, I won't give you both.
Well, yeah.
It'll be one or the other. But how much do you have? Because if you're close, or if you have enough, I can deduct a few hundred if need be.
She takes off the gold ring. It's like, we could give you this.
The
It's just-
bloodstone ring.
It's just a red. It's just a
Yeah.
gold ring.
He takes it from
Oh, yeah, I gave you that, right?
flashes his eyes for a brief moment. This one substantiates. This is worth 225 gold. I will buy it from you for 150 though. Okay, so you can add that to your total. So that would put you at participating with 600.
So no, 69.
So 1200, 1600. You're only 300. You're only 400 off from being at the total required for both items. And we would be out of stock, and we can start on a lot more projects and consider us closed.
You're welcome.
That's why I'm willing to participate with a deal. This gives us more time for all 3 of us at able hands. We can make items much faster.
Just because she still has no fucking clue what it is. She pulls out that eagle talisman.
That's not going to be
That's
worth
nothing.
anything.
So
Is that literally just carved wood?
Yeah.
it's literally a carved totem figurine.
Okay.
It's worthless
Okay.
except to the right buyer because it's a kobold figurine.
Okay. It's like I've had this in my bag
Yes.
for
We
so
all
long.
do.
There's
There's
what the
4
hell?
of them.
It's like I had a feeling that's what it was. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I think the Oddman has the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
And
He
he's gone.
does.
I think he has because there was an owl, bear.
I think he has the owl.
No, I have all.
You have owl?
What do you have?
I have eagle.
Eagle. I think he has a tiger or leopard or something.
He has leopard. I have tiger.
Yeah, you have tiger. He has leopard, or he has some kind of cat. I don't care.
Some
But
kind of cat.
He has panther.
oh, no, he has the bear because it's eagle, owl, lion, bear. Because there's a bear one. So it doesn't matter. They're all worth really low anyways.
Do I have anything to sell to help in this situation?
Striding and springing.
No,
I mean-
I'm keeping that.
Asparagus.
Unless
What shoes do you have again?
He is.
I have boots of speed.
How much would you buy that for?
Boots of speed are pretty strong.
It's if he's willing to part with.
I mean, he can't attune to it right now.
Oh,
Because
he can't?
he's that's the thing he had on attune to.
Oh.
Because
He would have to.
yeah, because we got the rings now.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, me and Asparagus all maxed out.
I got a bag of polished stone.
Bag of polished stone for the 150 gold pieces.
I mean,
You've had that for so fucking
I remember
long.
that. What
I
was
know.
that?
It was when you got the rings. When you got the damn ring that cursed him.
Oh yeah, it was the rings. The fucking
It was
Sell that too.
literally a year and a half ago.
sell
Sell
that.
it.
Selling that. Take this polished stone.
I will buy them for you for 150, just because we can use these in our own enchantments.
So we're now with.
You're at 1750. Do you not have any gold?
I do, but
Okay. The
How
boots
much-
of speed I would be willing to purchase because they are much more difficult to make and for the circumstance I can deduct.
You're gonna hate this transaction.
I can deduct 1,200 from the total.
what do you think, Asparagus? You want to sell it for 1,200, basically?
Boots of speed are make you much faster, doubling your walk speed to 60 feet for a long time. So we can use those to enchant other things.
How much are we short at the moment?
250.
So we'll have enough, even more left over of anything. We'll be spending less money if we sold it. We're basically buying the Smite
I mean-
Gauntlet.
To be
And
fair,
the chrome.
to be completely fair to Zacharias,
The dad.
those boots are from Karn.
Well, he wore them.
Yeah.
At the time.
I mean, they're like, I guess maybe trophies.
It's up,
I mean, if
it's
you
up
hear-
to you,
it's up to
Sarah.
him.
I mean-
It's up to you two.
I should have kept his skull, goddammit.
I mean, that'd be
the
weird.
skull was A, crushed in, B, probably not the best in condition-wise, considering you put a lot of acid.
And especially if we decided to, when we got arrested,
Would have been a little bit different.
we'd be like, why do you have a skull here?
What's this?
Explain.
He's my friend. I talked to him.
Fucking Wilson. Anyways, continue on.
Yeah. So Asparagus is all up to you.
I suppose it's up to you. If you all really want this, I can go up the boots, or we can keep the boots for some other circumstance that might require.
I say you should keep the boots. That is your trophy.
I mean, and they could also be fairly useful.
Can be worn by anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Gopher. You know he's wearing boots already.
I mean, you could change them, though.
Go for
Those
it.
boots. With those boots, or Rex's boots,
This is
that would put both of them at 60 feet.
this is what we were talking about. Like we're like, man, Gopher's gonna have like he's a woman. He's gonna have a shoe collection.
If Gopher were here, I would think Gopher would pitch in the idea that he could use the boots because if he increased his walking speed, he can dash as a bonus action
Bonus action.
and move 120
Oh,
feet in a single turn.
That is very true. He does need to be in the front lines.
I would say that because Gopher would have been here for it. I don't think that's
Do you
metagaming.
think he would have helped pay?
Probably
Yeah, probably. He cut all of his money from the heist.
Mm.
Oh no, he spent a lot of it on the alchemy job, so he
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have had that much money actually.
No.
Do you think he would have helped slightly?
Not enough to be substantial.
Okay.
Not 250. He doesn't because all the gold that was taken was just immediately put into his pocket.
I mean, to be completely fair, if he did want to use the boots, we could just sell the boots of striding and springing that he has.
Oh, yeah.
currently.
But
But would he do that? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, he would offer the boots to someone else, and if they didn't want it, then you guys would be able to sell it.
And none of us say, I mean, unless you feel
No.
None of us wanted those. But he's
Okay.
not here, so we can't really.
Well, they're not necessarily expensive. They still only would add about 100 to the total.
That's $150 short.
I mean, that's if he was. We don't have the boots here, though.
We'll just assume. We'll assume that he'll walk in and do it. Because here's the thing. As thinking of Gopher, because he would have been here for it, he would have informed people about it, so he's willing to give up his shoes. We'll just assume, fucking sake, that he switched out. That he could have switched off his shoes or something.
And so then we'll be 100 short.
You'd be
150.
150 short.
Okay.
I can throw in 150 gold.
I'll throw in 75. You throw in 75.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, there you go. No need for lesser cost. There you go.
All right. So
I
you gave the
have now
boots to
empty
Gopher.
pocket change.
You
Take out a house.
you have the smite gloves, or does he have the smite gloves?
He has
Gave
a
him
smite glove.
10 gold and fucking copper. You are a monster, Felix.
Wait, what happened?
So what happens is, as you guys are like kind of congregating, talking, the old man at this point has left. He did the other Chid has closed the book, kind of like looked around, pulled out a few things. Yeah, I took the pencil again. Because I need to write something. I keep forgetting to because I'm invested. I'll do it during the break because we'll probably look after you guys buy these things. You guys set up a bunch of things, and in that moment, you kind of look over, and Felix has tilted the pocket change over. 1,000 copper pieces hit the table. It spreads from one end to the other. And then following that is a shit ton of silver directly on top of it.
Wait, Felix did this?
Felix did this.
Felix?
Jacqueline
What is
will-
going on here?
Jacqueline will look at the pile of coins, look at the two, and in Orcish be like, I'm dreadfully sorry.
This is the big incident all over again.
In that moment, you hear the sound of like a whirring like blade kind of close, and you hear a very scared orcish or half orcish man opening the curtain to see this. We're gonna need to take a break.
An orc?
No.
And as common as possible, just like, this is gonna take some time.
This is good. Because you have basically dumped out in just silver and copper, 1,750 coins. All equaling 85 gold. And then gold pours out of the fucking pocket change as well.
Yep.
So you guys are able to congregate your 2,000 gold cost and buy both of the gauntlets. Now, who's wearing them? Because whoever wears them will not be able to wear rings.
I don't have any rings
I'm
because
taking the chromatic.
Chrome gauntlets and
smite gauntlets.
smites. Alright.
My only ring was the gold one, and these two have the other things.
Alright, so you buy your items. In that moment, the three ask you to leave.
I understand. Bye-bye.
And they very slowly count the coin, and it looks miserable. As when they leave, when you close the door, you can see the sign turn.
I do say
And the windows dim.
They're so different. We
sorry.
gotta actually do more stuff. Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry. I put everything I had.
They were so excited they could make new items and everything, and all of a sudden.
So Felix ruined.
Not. It's gonna take like a good couple hours, so it's not gonna be like weeks. As long as they had those expensive items out, they would have stayed open, and that would have taken at least 2 hands. So now they can have all 3 after counting, delve into items and craft things much faster.
Like a
I
dog.
was gonna have
I wanna have
Jacqueline
Gauntlets are good.
punch
Mine are
everyone
expensive.
for all talking at the same time. No, I was gonna have Jacqueline bow and again thank them for their services and hopefully see them again and again sorry for it in Orcish.
I whispered to his spirit, is this where you bought my DOS loot?
I think so.
It is.
I'm sorry.
Is it?
Oh.
Isn't this where he got the copies?
Yep.
Yeah.
Too?
Yep.
Copies of boner killing. Go ahead and
Alright,
You just
so
had that name too.
we made
I had it made before too.
our purchases.
Yeah,
And
I
then
give him the. I don't have a thing for it.
Yeah, I don't have a card for it.
You need to make a card for his whip and now his cloak.
Yeah. I got a lot of items to make, especially for these ones.
Yeah.
The chrome gauntlet.
Does the whip need to win it?
It does.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna put a tune
I was-
on the cloak.
I was about to point out, aren't whips two-handed weapons?
No.
No.
You use that as a sidearm, right?
You need to have two-weapon fighting to be able the two-weapon
Dual wielding.
dual wielder's feat, basically.
And it's not.
That's not a feat. It's his fighting style. He can add his bonus to it. Basically, what he can do is with his main arm use the whip. Offhand, use the short sword. But that would differ in attacks because the whip does not do as much damage as the baton does. But
Only
he
two
can't reverse
dragons.
them. He can't reverse them. So
I mean, the only thing the whip is really useful for is if we fight a dragon. It
Dragon-
does like shit ton more damage.
My +1 short sword is better than the
the
whip.
whip, yeah,
Unless we fight a dragon.
Unless you fight a dragon.
That's probably the only time you need to take out the whip.
pretty
Oh,
much.
dragon-like
But-
things, right? Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta be
dragons are things.
I gotta be attuned. That takes an hour. We're not gonna stay in the fight for an hour.
No, but preparation for things. If you ever find out like a certain place.
Yeah, if I find out a certain place, then yeah.
We're going to a dragon den. Oh, no.
Might be important. Cloak or this?
It's a ton.
Both are actually a hard decision, honestly.
He
No.
can attune to both currently.
He's got Zatan, the boots, the striding, and one of these other two.
Oh, I forget.
Yep, he's got boots. Anyways, I think that's where we're going to cut it. So you guys attune to your things. When both Zakaris and Ryder, when you attune to the rings, you can see the name. Like, there's diamond dust on the ring.
Asparagus.
It does. Yours says asparagus, Zakaris, and Zakaris' ring says Ryder. When they kind of coalesce, the diamond dust shifts ever so slowly, and an inscription of your names emerge, and you can feel each other's presence.
Asparagus, I won't lie. This feels kind of gay.
A tiny bit, but don't think about it.
I can read your thoughts. You're thinking about it right now.
Not that it's a bad. Not that you can read each other's thoughts. You can think so.
Yeah.
Him naked in my head.
Also, that's not an insult.
Yeah, I know. Huh. All right.
Jacqueline just puts on the gauntlet. She's like, "No more cursed rings for me.
When you
These
guys
are
start-
never coming off."
When you guys got engaged,
Just now.
Just now.
She does actually feel like she wants to go punch somebody in the face.
Snap
So,
your
question.
fingers.
So, for relevance sake, does Gopher have the boots of speed?
Do you want to give it to him? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he can't wear it anymore. So.
Okay, I'm just double checking. So that would be his second attunement. He's not attuned to the boots of springing. He's attuned to the boots of speed.
Yay. I don't have the cloak of protection.
Felix also uses time to advertise that he's got pocket change. Essentially, the bag of holding for
we knew
only
that.
money.
I knew that at least.
Yeah, everyone knows about it.
Because Randall had it.
Randall started with it.
Okay, so.
You aren't special.
But anyways,
But he didn't
we're
really-
going to cut this. We're easily 2.5 hours in. So thank you again for listening to another Misroll Adventure. This one turned out to be a lot more shopping than I necessarily thought it would.
Yeah.
But you guys did gather a bunch of new information as well, and in the next episode, we get into more serious topics. So,
Alright.
let us move on.
Channel.